back in New York. We're live. Welcome to Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. Oh, what a show, what a show. Hello, Jim.
Hi, buddy.
Welcome back.
I really missed the studio.
Why?
I had a good time out there, but I just missed the size of the studio.
Oh, I thought you meant you missed the L.A. studio, because you could go, you could bring your reading that you wanted to catch up on, you could get some time to yourself.
It was nice and quiet there. I'll tell you what I miss in the L.A. studio, the microphone. I like that.
It's gold?
Because I'm standing for a minute. That's part of it, yes. It reminds me of Pony Boy. But no, I stand up here, and this fucking thing just doesn't lift, and they were supposed to put a new one in, and they never did.
Mars gave you this look like we gave that motherfucker his own microphone.
No, not the mic itself, but the arm. I want to lift the arm a little bit. I can't.
The mic stand?
Yeah, it doesn't lift any higher.
Well, it should.
Yes, it should.
Especially if you have your very own personal Hollywood microphone.
Yeah,
now.
This is mine, right? Yes, it is. Thank you, Mars.
Mars, let me ask you, if the microphone is gold, like the netting on it, you know what I mean when I say netting, right? If it's gold, that means better microphone?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, because Jim saw it and he was like, oh, it's a great microphone.
I like it because it can raise as high as you want it.
Right.
So if you want to stand for a minute, which once in a while I stand, not for long, but you just,
You got to get that energy pumping through your system every now and then.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I like it too.
Gets me going.
I like it too. It was. I'm glad we could stretch our arms. We can walk around, and there's evidence of human life in the building.
Yeah,
which is always good.
Also, you don't have to set the cameras up. When you were setting the cameras up last time, the door would open.
Right,
it would hit the camera.
Right,
that's how small the studio. It was still great, but it was. Ellis has a good sized studio, and so do Cavino and Rich.
Yes,
they were using them.
Right. And it's a very small space. There's only so many studios, but it was funny that we would have to take breaks if a guest came in while the show was on. I had to have like one arm on the tripod because otherwise opening the door would just destroy our entire setup.
Yeah, it would knock the camera over.
But I'm telling you, there are moments, I'm sure, where I would enjoy going in and catching up on my things. I feel like even if it wasn't serious related, if I needed to get away from stuff, you could go to the studio, you could sit in the lobby, you could put your earphones in, and nobody would bother you for hours.
Yeah, maybe, but who wants to do that with all those people? You feel stupid.
You do?
Just sitting there with your earphones in. Yeah, if it's quiet, it's quiet, but just, sitting in a room full of people with my earphones in, I just feel stupid. It's
basically, it's not a full floor. It's one suite in this big office building where they built, 4, maybe 5 studios. 2 of them are okay sized, and then 2 of them are tiny.
And one is, and you're right next to a dentist's office, which is so weird when you go out to the bathroom and you see DDS on the door next to you. Like, this is not a fun environment.
No.
It's like the old XM building. That's what it reminded me of. When
57th Street.
Yeah, everybody else on the floor was just kind of a shitty regular. The Economist was on that floor.
You're right. The L.A. building is the type of building where it's like you can't let your homeless people go to the bathroom unattended.
Right.
Remember when we have to do somebody would always have to walk tippy-tom to the bathroom because the people in the suite next to us would be complaining that there's a fucking disgusting, stinky homeless man passed out in one of the stalls.
And they did that here, though, with Lady Di.
Yes, that's true. But that's because Ugly Betty was in the bathroom with her, and Lady Di was nude. So,
didn't she vomit in the sink, too?
She did. She vomited multiple times in the sink. And then lied about it. The cleaning lady had to come to me and said, do you know what she keeps doing? And I'm like, well, she says she's going to the bathroom. And she's like, no, there's vomit every time she goes in there. She's been in there 3 times this morning. Oh, wow. There's vomit all over all the sinks. She shits with the door open.
She doesn't close the door. I still don't understand that to this day, why she wouldn't close the door when she shat.
Because she wants the space. She doesn't like being closed into the stall.
She's claustrophobic?
I guess so. So she would go into the stall, and she would shit, but the door would be wide open.
And my favorite part of that story is what she would be uttering under her breath while she was trying to shit.
What was she uttering?
Gotta get it out. Gotta get it out. Would she really?
Yeah.
Gotta get it out.
Yeah.
And it's not even like you sit there going, oh, she must be talking about something else, because the door's wide open. You can see she's muttering to her bowels.
Oh, no.
It's really disgusting.
Poor Lady Di. I miss her.
I do, too.
I miss her. Too. I think she's just a little gone, though, right?
She is. She's in, last I heard, she just got a pretty severe dementia or whatever, some form of dementia.
Wet brain.
Yeah, and she's in a home, I think.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she's alive and being taken care of, but I don't think she really knows where she's at anymore.
I wonder if she still thinks she's in the Navy.
Last we heard from her, she did. It was sad. It was sad I didn't like to hear it.
Yeah, I miss chatting with her occasionally, even though she would drive you crazy.
She would, but it'd be fun.
Yeah, what am I doing? Just repeating questions. You're like, oh, God damn it.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, I'm glad we're back, too. We got a lot done out there. A lot done out in L.A.
I think so, yeah.
And it seemed, everybody was saying that what we thought when we were in the studio of just everything being dead. Like, I was talking to Cavino over the weekend, and he was like, no, man, you guys breathed new life into the studio. Like, that was life that we were bringing there.
Oh, I didn't realize that. So we saw the death around us, but we were the life.
We were the life.
I didn't realize that.
The problem is, Jim, and this is a problem, that we were looking outward when we should have been more aware of what was inward.
Well, that's an amazing way to look at it.
Thank you.
But here's what they should have realized is how dead their facility is when this fucking nonsense is considered really pepping them up for the week.
Yeah.
This shit.
The two of us in there with one of our dopey friends.
And a camera.
And a couple cameras that we're trying desperately not to have knocked over.
Yeah.
That's life.
Wow, I had a crazy party this week.
I don't know. There's a whole new energy in here. You're in Los Angeles. What are you doing?
Yeah, I was happy to be. I enjoyed the going out there, but I'm very happy to be.
And
back.
the guests were all good that we got there, too.
I thought so too. I enjoyed them very much.
Yeah.
Who'd we have? We had Carrie. We had.
We had Carrie Keegan.
Yeah.
I guess known as Carrie. That's
Carrie.
Carrie Keegan, Scott Aukerman.
Aukerman was great.
Tom
Dan
Segura,
Harmon.
Dan Harmon, Bill Burr, Bob Saget, Ileana Douglas.
And the girl, who's the girl that works for
Roxy?
Mariana. What's her name? Maria.
Yeah, you're tough with the syllables today.
I know. I went to bed last night before 10 o'clock. I got a tremendous night's sleep.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm still loopy when I wake up, but I have more energy than
You know what that means? In about 30 minutes when the caffeine really kicks in, you are going to be one silly boy.
Yeah, I really am. I'm awake today. I feel wide awake.
Yeah, I can't tell. It's always like, oh boy, Jim's having a tired day. But at least he's not awake, you know?
Yeah. On my tired days, I'm okay, but I just, I went to bed at a very good hour last night.
Right.
That's what happens when I come at a decent hour.
Is that,
if I come in the afternoon, like when I get home, if I just jerk off when I get home, I'm great.
Is that what you did? You got home from the airport and came?
I did. I still have my fanny pack on and my luggage was still full.
You pulled those awful sweatpants down?
Yes, I did.
And came on your fanny pack.
You didn't like my sweatpants. They're usually, people like them.
Who likes them?
Well, everyone does.
I've never heard a compliment about them.
It's a good travel pant.
And then we opened it up to social media. And
the picture. Oh, no.
They also were not a fan.
No, they weren't. I get very poor reviews.
Dynamite.
Very poor reviews.
You do. You look hippie in those sweatpants.
Yeah.
Those hips really stick out.
They actually make me look heavier than I am, which is kind of good to see how fucking awful I look from the back. Yes. But if you zoom in, you can see there's no blubber hanging over. That made me happy. That's what I took out of that photo. Like, I zoomed in and I opened up on the fat part, and I'm like, oh, there's no fat hanging over. It's just skin.
Yeah, so we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good. We're good. If I worked as hard as you did, though, to get myself into shape, I would probably not pick the least flattering outfits available to me.
But that shows you I have humility.
Oh, is that what that shows?
Yeah, I don't care what I look like when I travel.
Oh.
Get me there from point A to point B.
Wait a minute, Jim.
By the way, the car company needs something to be desired. Yes.
In L.A.?
Here.
Why?
It's just dirty.
Was it a dirty car you were in? So after your big Hollywood trip, you got in a dirty car and then you went home and masturbated yourself?
Yeah, I didn't put two and two together, but you're right.
Yeah, it's like, yep, back to normal life now.
Yeah, right back to where I belong.
Doing podcasts all over the place, a TV appearance, then going to Maria Menounos' house for a party, and then into a dirty car so you can go home and tug your pud for a while.
Right. And I'm taping for Comedy Central tonight. We're doing the roast battle.
Oh, I didn't know they were bringing that back. I thought that was a...
Apparently they are. How about I was supposed to say that?
Yeah.
No one told me not to.
Do you know when it airs?
I do not. No.
Let's go to Oscar in Texas. Oscar, welcome to Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
Hey, guys. Last Monday night, I was sitting in my house on the computer getting ready for my evening to watch Kill Tony. And you would not believe how surprised I was when my favorite radio show was merged with my favorite podcast.
Well, thank you. We didn't know we were doing that until day of.
Yeah.
I think Sam asked in the afternoon. He's like, Tony wants us to do it. That was great. Our first day in was supposed to be kind of just hanging out and doing nothing. And I'm really happy we did that. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I got a text from Tony like really quick after we landed just saying, hey, I heard you were in L.A. And so we went down. He does Kill Tony, which is a podcast. I guess he's 100+ episodes in because it gets it's got a huge listener base, and he gets a good crowd at the Comedy Store where he does it every week. And they bring up comics or new comics for a minute at a time, let them do 60 seconds, and then the panel just talks to them. And it was fun because it wasn't like, you make jokes and everything, but it wasn't just trashing them. It was also, some of them were genuinely interesting people.
Yeah, even the ones that didn't kill, I mean, there was still something to all of them. And you forget when you're doing comedy for such a long time what it was like to go on stage your first few times, your first 6 months. It's scary. It's really scary. And
I was at first, I was kind of bummed out, to tell you the truth, because everybody that I was going to say that sucked, right before they went to the panel, they were like, it's my first time ever on stage. It's the first time I've ever done stand-up. And I was like, oh, well, if it's your first time, that didn't suck. Like, that sucked for, like, somebody who knows how to do this. But then I found out we might have been being naive, because one of the theories going around was that people just go on that show and say it's their first time on stage.
They may have, but even if they did pull that move, which is a smart one to pull, because you always, like, when you first start out, you always lie about how long you're doing it. Like, if you're doing it for 10 years, how long are you doing it? 5 years. Whoa, you're pretty good.
Right.
After 20, no one gives a fuck. But when you're starting out, you try to make it seem like you're doing less because everyone else wants to be the prodigy. Oh,
sure.
Oh, God, this guy's good.
Right.
But I find
when you first started, you thought that's the way it was going to be, right? You were like, wow, a lot of people, it takes them a long time, but I'm going to probably be one of the quickest to get this done.
You want to be ahead of the game, and then you realize, like, ugh, this is a long road. So, I just don't want to be mean to someone who's real new. I feel like, at this point now, I'm doing comedy as long as I've been doing it. I still wouldn't want to go on and have guys like fucking Bill and Voss and Bobby sitting behind me, even though I'm doing comedy longer than Bobby Kelly, and I think a little longer than Bill, or the same time and a little less than Voss. I wouldn't want to go on and have those guys fucking knowing they're going to shit on me. That'd be horrifying. I've done it 25 years. It'd be terrifying.
Just having them sit there like you're doing 60 seconds, and they're just watching you.
That's so hard to do, man. That's so hard to go on brand new and know that these guys are going to kind of goof on you.
Right. To know that not only do you have to deal with whatever your own insecurity is, but all the people behind you are watching you so they can critique you in front of the exact same audience.
And you can see, like, I wouldn't want to do it knowing that their faces could be, like, they could be smushing their faces up looking at me. I'd be so self-conscious about what was happening behind me.
So you'd be sitting there, like, every time you get a laugh, are they laughing at me? Or
are they laughing back there? Yeah,
is somebody doing something funny back there? Or was it my joke? Or... Yeah, it's tough.
That happens sometimes when you're on stage. You'll be doing something, and you'll hear an explosive laugh during your setup, and you're like, they're not laughing with me.
Right.
They're talking about me, or they're talking about something else.
You won't kid yourself and be like, yeah, I guess I was a little stronger than I thought it was.
Boy, that setup's a home run. No, you know that they're laughing at something that's bad, and it's probably about you.
Right. And also, even if they're not, even if they're just distracted by something else, you know that they're having a side conversation during your setup, so that once you reach your punchline, they're going to be unfamiliar with the...
Well, they're basically having an A and B conversation, and I've seen my way out of it.
That's right.
It fucking stinks.
That's exactly right.
So, that was the first night, which was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. We did that. We did Bert Kreischer's podcast, which was really good. Bert's is already up. I don't think Kill Tony has gone up yet. All the shows, and I posted a thing on the social media, and I think we reposted it at Jim and Sam Show, which just had a picture with all the shows that we had done. Some of them are up. Some of them will go up this week. I think Allison Rosen's is going to go up this week. I think Adam Carolla might go up today. So Bert's was really fun, though, and Bert's went up night of. And it was good. We were in his man cave. We got to see. He said, I don't know how he could have thought his construction on his house was going to be done by the time we got there. Because he told us when he was in here 2 weeks ago, he was like, oh, by the time you guys come out to L.A., the house will be finished.
It wasn't even close to being finished.
Just wire hanging from the ceiling and blue tape everywhere.
It looks like the house of a crazy person, because it looks like there's all that stuff piled up outside under tarps. It's the way hoarders live.
Yeah.
When they overextend in their house.
But it's because they've literally packed all of their belongings into 2 rooms. So everything is kind of on top of each other.
And I on a much lesser version, had that when I moved into this place, this renovation. And it really does fucking fuck you up when there's all these people in your house and they're always working and there's dust everywhere. It makes it really hard to enjoy coming home. So he's probably happy to be on the road.
Yeah.
Not dealing with that stuff.
Yeah, and the way he's got it set up now is they've got 2 rooms that they're not completely doing construction on. And Bert's got his big, like, king-size bed just in the middle of his living room. So he's got his living room and then his kids' room. So everybody's just kind of packed into these 2 rooms, and it does seem like you would just desperately want this to be finished.
What a fat fuck I was. I ate all those little candies.
Oh, you did. Oh, he loved them. Jim, I got to see firsthand the addiction, because he talks about his sexual addiction. He doesn't usually perform those activities in front of me.
No.
But
sometimes little pecks on the neck during the radio show.
And I go, oh, that's just that beast of an addiction piping in again. But oh my God, Jim never lets himself go because he always eats healthy. So he doesn't get if he's going to get a dessert, it's always maybe some fruit.
Yeah.
And a little bit of yogurt or something like that. It's nothing.
Not even dairy anymore. Just I'll eat some fresh fruit, some berries.
Right.
But you got that. That's how I am. Like in that moment, and it's rare that I was just hungry. It was the middle of the afternoon, and we've all pigged out on candy. But it's a weird thing, man. When you start, how it's just all right. One more. Like you feel like you're almost. I can't even describe what it is. You feel like you're at the level. You're almost at the level where everything's okay.
Right.
You almost, and you just can't get there. And one more, and and it's like fucking. I finally just made myself stop, and we saw Steve-O, who did the podcast before us. So we're chatting, and I had a little thing of peanut M&Ms. Wow. I haven't had candy. I so rarely eat it.
You like them?
My fucking body was just like, more pig!
Because he did. And I think it may have been something else, too, because I feel like at one point you were just unwrapping them, and you had one brown bar in your mouth, and you just started putting brown bars on your chest, and I said, Jim.
No, I think you misread.
That's not where those brown bars are supposed to go.
No, that was just me just being... That was what I was like, eating those little candies. I was a piggy boy. They were so good.
I go, this was the death of him. I go, Jim, these 100 grands are great. You got to try, because once I saw Jim was deep into this,
sure,
all I was doing was talking about how great all the candies were.
Yeah, you were right, and as you should have been. But I got it out of my system. I did it once, and then it's like it's one of those things where when you eat bad, and you got to the hard part is just not doing it, going, fuck this, and then just binging for 3 weeks. That's where you go wrong. And I'm like, just stop it, you fucking twat. Just stop.
Jim was like when Forrest Gump met the president, when he was like, well, on account of they was free and I was thirsty, I must have had me about 15 Dr. Peppers.
That's exactly what I was
Jim
like.
was just sitting there, just housing 100 grand bars.
But at least he ran it off. I mean, in fairness.
No, you're right. Good point, Jim.
I was like
Great
the fucking
point.
fly. You remember the fly eating chocolate? I was just shoveling it in like the fly. I couldn't stop.
There's this great moment where Jim had just been shoveling candy into his mouth, and Bert and I had been talking for like 10 minutes. And Jim was like, oh, are we recording? We were like, yeah, dude.
I was
We're
binging.
doing the podcast, because Jim was focusing on the candy.
But that was a little teeny view into like when you lose control momentarily. And again, and everyone thinks, I eat 2 candy bars, shut up, who cares? But it's like when that's happening, and anyone who does it knows what I'm talking about.
And by the way, it wasn't 2. It was like 9
probably
or 10.
9. It was probably 9 or 10. Yeah, mini ones.
Mini Snickers.
But it's like you feel like I can't stop eating these. Like I fucking can't stop eating these.
Did you really feel like compulsive about it?
Extremely. And I know in those, that was just like a brief little blip, and we all have them. No one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
But it's scary when you realize, like, fuck, if I do that tomorrow and the day after, I'm going to be fucking 160 in 2 months,
That's why when we bring donuts in here, you always say, get them away, get them away.
I don't fuck with them because I know that I'm going to love it so much, and I'm never going to be full.
You don't think you can enjoy just if you and I split a donut? Like if we just got a donut, we just cut it down the middle, and each one of us had half. We left the rest of the box there.
No,
because it's something pleasurable. So you would just need more.
I was talking to when we went to the last UFC fight. We were out with Dana. We had dinner, a bunch of us with Dana White, and he was talking about Lorenzo. And he said, "I've never met anybody with fucking willpower like that guy." He goes, "Like it was like they brought out these desserts." And, like, you can't have one. He said he can literally have one bite of something. Oh, that was good. And stop. And I don't comprehend that mentality. I don't comprehend how you can have one bite of a fucking dessert and stop.
Is he an athlete, Lorenzo, at all?
He's built. Like, yes. And he's a billionaire. So he's like one of those guys that is just maybe addictive with other stuff, with working out or whatever. But the ability to have one bite of something and stop. I've been thinking about that for about a month and a half. Every time I eat like a snack and I can't stay, the ability of somebody to have like one or two little bites and go, all right, I'm done, I've tried it, and it's lovely.
But don't you think some people are addicted to the idea that they're in control? Like they are so hard up for control that's what they get off on. Maybe. He gets off on this idea, like what's better than dessert to him is this idea that he's the strongest person at the table.
Or maybe he just doesn't have a sweet tooth. It could just be something like that. Like E-Rock, as much as E-Rock tends to be compulsive with his snacks and his treats, he doesn't have a sweet tooth. E-Rock could probably have one bite of a donut and stop because he doesn't like donuts.
A carb tooth, though.
Yeah, he certainly does. He might not eat the donut, but then he start eating people's shoes. You know? But maybe it's just not liking it. But when I've been thinking about that so much, like taking one little bite of cheesecake, and there's plenty of people that can do it.
Right.
I'm just not. I can't fucking do it. And that's why when I see big fat people, I do get it, even though I'm critical. Like, I do get how you get that big and fat. Like, you're constantly looking for that one where you feel even. Like, okay, my last bite is complete.
Right, like there's going to be this mental, physical thing where everything is going to feel like that was enough. That was the right amount.
Right amount, and it just never... Someone who mentioned serotonin, we were on. Was it Tom Segura? Somebody mentioned like the serotonin level. Maybe that's what it is. There's some dumb chemical in our heads that just doesn't get fired right.
Right.
And you always feel like your water is a little bit below the level, and like you're almost full. You're almost... like Paul, No Filter Paul had he looks great. He had that surgery. And I think he said that does something with the hunger hormone. It takes something out, so you're not always getting that dumb hormone hitting you that says you're hungry.
Really?
Yeah, that's one of the ways that works.
Huh.
I wish I knew more medically instead of quoting a No Filter Paul Facebook page update.
Yeah, well, they say that my wife always says sugar and cocaine hit like on the same level. You know what I mean? I mean, there's no way that's true because I've seen people all coked up, and it's not true. Like
I never sucked a dick for $100,000 bar.
Yeah, exactly. Who had all the caramel? Was it you, crazy man? No, I'm all geeked out of my face.
No, but when you're in that moment in between the first and the second candy bar,
yeah.
Oh,
what does it feel like?
It feels like everything's perfect right now.
Oh, really?
It's so delicious.
Yeah.
So good.
You're just in that moment, huh?
You got to stop. Like at Maria's house, I thought they'd have like more dips and stuff. I'm so stupid. But there was just like parties. They had like, chicken fingers, and I ate a little bad, and then you just got to stop yourself.
Right.
It's really hard to not
get like,
fat,
it's a party. There should be chips and dip, right?
Or something else. What's that? Something else. And I know people are probably like, oh, shut up, you had a little snack food. But when you start like that and you feel yourself like, man, this is how people get fucking fat, it's really, really hard not to eat
it wasn't a little snack food. I mean, it was hilarious to watch because it's literally somebody who pays attention to everything they eat, sitting there and not being able to stop eating fun-sized candy bars.
They were fun. I get why they call them that.
It was he had a bowl of trick-or-treat candy, and I mean, Jim sat himself right in front of it and could not stop one after the other. He looked like Augustus Gloop.
Yeah.
He could not stop.
Yeah, and the key
great.
is just stop it. Just fucking the next day, just realize I was a cunt.
Right.
I ate a lot.
Right.
Shut up and just stop.
Well, I wouldn't have encouraged you to keep going.
Yes, you would have.
You think so?
There's nothing Sam wants more than for me to fatten up again.
Because I would remind you, hey, remember when you said nothing tastes as good as skinny feels? How's dessert?
You know, that actually, believe it or not, because you're such an awful little person, that does actually help me not do it. In those moments, like, the part is like, oh, you're making this little prick too happy.
Don't give him the satisfaction.
It is almost like if no one is noticing, like if no one is noticing, like it's just normal what you're doing, it's almost like... like a dream sequence when you hear a voice coming in your dream, but it's really the person waking you up. Hey! Hey, and then you're in the dream and you think someone's calling you, and you're like, hey, and it's like, oh no, that's a real person yelling at me. That's what it's like when you're doing something like that. Like, I'm in this moment of just doing it, and for Bert, he doesn't know, he doesn't give a fuck, he's just chatting away, but I see you over there, like, oh, have $100,000. And I'm like, okay, you gotta stop, this is bad.
Right.
This is outside what's normal.
Well, that's what it is. I'm being a friend. At the end of the day, I know that's true.
You're accidentally being a friend. You're accidentally being a friend.
Let's go to Robert in Birmingham. What's up, Robert?
Birmingham Bob, welcome. You don't like my nickname?
Terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, no, I like that. That's great. Yeah, Jim, I completely get what you're saying. I don't drink. I've never smoked. I don't do any drugs. But food has always been, I was always a fat kid, always a fat guy. Weighed about 320. Got down to about 135 and kept it off for about 10 years. And when I went to a convenience store, I would make sure I didn't go down the aisle. The candy was on. And one day I walked by, and at the counter, there were Reese cups, the little Reese cups sitting up there, the impulse buy crap.
Yeah.
And I said, I haven't had anything in a long time.
Let me give in to my impulse. I've lost a lot of weight.
Let me treat myself.
Because you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing, Robert. You're seeing all these people. So many people go into the 7-Eleven. They pick up Reese's cups. They look fine, right? I'm just one of them. Yeah.
Why not me? So I had one, and then 10 years later, I weighed 450 pounds.
Jesus Christ!
Oh my God! For that one Reese's cup,
it was when I said it was a huge, it was an enormous Reese cup.
So what happened? You had that one, and then whatever monster was chained up got loose.
Wow!
So what did you do right after that? Did you keep eating, or did it take you a day?
No, well, I forgot about it, and then that night I did what I had not done in a long time. I got in the car about 11 o'clock, thinking, I'm kind of hungry. I think I'll go out and run through Taco Bell or something. So I went out and started making those late-night food runs and doing that crap. Yeah, and then it was, you get a bag of those. Well, I get a bag of those little Reese's miniatures, so I'll just have them around when I just want a little something. Well, I get those, at the end of the night, there's nothing but gold foil in the bag.
Yeah.
All the things are gone. And so it kept going, And so, so now I'm back down to about 275, but it's
that's great.
It's a constant. It's an enormous battle, and I don't care about anything. I don't care about drinking. I've never tried smoking. I don't care about any of that. But when a candy commercial comes on TV, there's this physical thing in my stomach. I can feel this twinge in my gut just seeing that on TV.
Yeah,
and it fucking sucks.
It's really hard, man, and it's so interesting to hear that because the one thing triggers you, and it doesn't happen like right away, but it just trickles, and then all of a sudden the fucking dam breaks, and you're fucking people who don't have it. Like I've always said, food is the hardest because you have to eat to stay alive. That's by far even harder than sex, which you technically don't have to act out in. Food is a motherfucker, man.
Do you like soda pop?
I drink diet soda. I gave up regular sodas. To me, a diet soda now tastes like one of regular soda.
Yeah, I like diet soda better.
You should try regular soda. It's so much better.
It's not too sugary. It's
really good.
No, it sucks.
And trust me when I tell you, it's fine for you.
I even quit drinking diet soda because that triggers you the same way. Your body starts fucking telling you it does, right?
Yeah. I think my brain. I think that's what really kills me is that keeps my brain in that sweet mode by drinking those diet sodas. But I have not. I hate water. I just hate the nothingness of drinking water
because you know what it could be. You're like, this could be a treat.
It could be a soda.
This could be delicious.
Soda, right.
Yeah.
Everything could be something better. So
you drink a soda for the first time, you're like, sweet.
Goodbye, Robert. Thank you.
See you, man.
Yeah, I mean, soda's the only thing that's keeping me skinny fat. I'm fine otherwise.
A regular Coke.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be even mildly tempted. It makes my mouth taste like I was chewing on sandpaper. I hate regular Coke.
I know. There are many times where I'll drink a regular Coke and I'll have this feeling all over my body like this is the thing you've been missing.
It's a weird.
This is the thing you've been needing. This is what makes you whole.
You like it feels like your mouth is coated with sugar. I hate that. It tastes dry. It's like eating onions. Your mouth is all fucking dry after. How do people enjoy onions?
Drinking a nice fountain Coke and eating an onion are two separate sensations.
They're not. An hour later, it's not. Your mouth feels fucking horrible. Like someone took cotton and rubbed it on your tongue.
Guess what? If your mouth's a little dry, have another Coke.
Terrible.
You need another refreshment. That's all it is.
That doesn't refresh me.
Does anybody eat onions? Like, what do you mean enjoy onions?
Even in a salad. Like when I taste an onion, I'm like, you cunt. You said no onions.
What about an onion ring?
It's different.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's different, but it is.
No Filter Paul's on the phone. Our old pal. What's going on, Paul?
NFP.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Hi, Paul.
Firstly, congratulations on the new show. Loving
thanks,
it.
man.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. So talking about the surgery, for the first 5 months, I didn't even feel hungry. I literally had to look at my watch to know when to eat.
Wow. So you didn't feel hungry at all?
No, I could watch TV for 10 hours and go, oh shit, I haven't fucking eaten anything.
And is that just because... So wait, what's the surgery? Is it the one where they just literally cut off a bunch of your stomach, or is it the lap band thing? What is it?
No, I had the bit where they chop off about 85% of your stomach, and that includes the hormone gland that makes you hungry.
Okay.
Oh.
So for 5 months, yeah. So, I mean, now it's been about a year and a month, and I can't have snacks in the house because at the end of the day, I'm starting to get snacky. You know, I don't do soda anymore because diet soda is fucking worse for you than regular soda. It's just garbage.
Right. So how much did you weigh, and how much do you weigh?
I was 276, and the lowest I got to is 151. I'm at about 160 right now.
Okay.
That's great. That's 110 pounds.
Pretty fucking. I recommend it to fucking anybody, man. Best decision I made in my life, man.
Have you had any bad eating days, like where you just fucking like, oh god, this is gonna send me right back down?
Yeah, actually, every time I go to a party at Anthony's house, he's got those fucking candies all over the place, and chocolate pretzels, and pizza, and fucking peanuts. Oh my god!
I'll tell you, Anthony's house is fucking deadly. I've had more fucking food binges at Anthony's house.
Really?
Yes. Like, because he has a great, like, a giant, Travis knows. Look at him, he knows. He's got a giant fucking closet filled with, A, his own lifestyle, and B, his a bunch of snacks.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, he's trying to attract his dates. You know, he takes them out of the van.
Downstairs, there's just those candy jars filled with, like, full-size candy bars.
Yeah, I've had a bunch of bad eating days at Anthony's house, man. There's been times, and I'm not kidding you, I've avoided it because I know, like, oh my God, I'm just going to eat pretzels. Because over there, Anthony's house is like Sodom and Gomorrah.
It is.
Like, nothing matters over there. Anthony doesn't look at me weird when I eat bad. Like, if you're binging on food over there, no one thinks it's weird.
Well, it doesn't count. It's Anthony's house.
It does. You know, there's a crazy party that feels that way.
Right. Well, there's...
It's so bad, and, you know, I really can't drink soda anyway because my stomach's like the size of a fucking apple right now compared to being the size of a fucking watermelon before.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so,
that's awesome,
so
man.
I recommend it to anyone, and my sleep apnea is gone too. I had crazy sleep apnea like you, and I haven't needed my mask since about 7-8 months ago.
Oh, that's good, man. Well, congratulations. You look really good. It was very encouraging.
And you too, Jimmy.
Thank you, buddy. You know, it's funny with the apnea. Take care, Paul. The apnea, I notice sometimes when I fall asleep, I literally have my tongue pressed against the roof of my mouth. It's the way I sleep. Like, I'm like, why am I doing that? I'm begging air not to come in.
Right. It's probably your natural instinct to just do us all a favor.
Hold on a second. That's not the point I make. Wait, whoa. Hey, come on, Sam.
I want my prick pulled, I'll do it myself.
I don't know if that makes sense in this context. And I'm not happy that the iPad's back.
Oh, you should be.
I've wanted sleep apnea once in my life. There was one time where I wish I had sleep apnea.
Don't expect me to ask you when it is.
Listening to you and Stone Cold Steve Austin exchange apnea stories.
Oh.
Because I just wanted something to relate to Stone Cold on.
Yeah, what happened was me and SCSA were talking about apnea. This was off the air, right?
I think you did a little bit on the air.
Had a great chat with Steve about that, and he has the same thing. So it was really fun to talk about the CPAP, and he has a BiPAP, and I've got an ASV machine. We just chatted, a couple of old friends. Yeah, it was so much fun. After Steve Austin is a great chatter. He's just a fun guy to talk to.
We went down. It was a fun day. We did our show. Then we went to do Adam Carolla.
Yeah.
And like in L.A., everything takes forever. Because
the traffic. No, it was really weird. We were in a parking lot, and then all of a sudden I realized that there was a freeway sign. It was just another mid-afternoon in L.A.
We're not doing that anymore. We're out of L.A. We don't need to do that anymore.
Oh.
It wasn't good then either. So we go to Carolla's. We did Adam Carolla's show. And then right from Adam Carolla's show, we went over to Stone Cold's house, 316 Gimmick Street, as he refers to it.
Oh.
And did Stone Cold's podcast. It was my second time.
I can't believe it was almost 2 hours. I literally was like, wow, we're almost at an hour, I'm guessing.
He's just a fun guy to talk to.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah. But I was happy that he was tweeting, I think yesterday or the day before, about the microphone cable that I left at his house.
Cool. He's probably hoping you'd wear it out on your neck. And then afterwards, me and him just talked about UFC for a little while. It was so much fun to chat with him about UFC because I know Sam is not a big, doesn't know a lot of the fighters.
Right.
And then the mics were off. We were just talking about, 205 coming up this week and a few other matches that are coming up. And it was fun to hear Sam just kind of sitting there watching like a tennis racket, a tennis game, watching the ball volley back and forth.
I mean, I don't mind watching Stone Cold Steve Austin talk.
When you're in the room, you want to participate.
I would have preferred to participate.
And here's the best part:
so.
I go to take a leak, and I come back, and fucking Sam's like, "Yeah, I know," and it's right back to wrestling talk. As soon as I went to the bathroom, fucking Sam fucking went right back to wrestling.
What are we gonna do? Just sit there? Enough of this, Steve. So what do you think of? And then we go back into what I wanted to do. But it was that was a real fun one to do.
Here's how I know that Sam really loves Steve Austin.
How do you know?
Sam's a cheapskate and a chiseler. And he bought that cable for 15 buckaroos.
I did.
And did not even mention Stone Cold reimbursing him.
That's okay. You owe me $15.
Yeah. And didn't mention it on the way home.
No, I didn't
even say on the way home. I was kind of hoping he'd pay me for that.
No.
You would have taken the money.
Would I have taken? No, probably not.
The fact you have to say probably not, that's what a chiseler you are. Your addiction to wrestling and your cheapskateness, you're not sure which. Like if I bought Ozzy something for $15, it wouldn't even occur to me. I wouldn't accept the money.
Well, what's great
She didn't
is
take the money. No.
If you bought Ozzy something, it wouldn't even occur to him to take it home, which is what happened. See, that's the difference. Like the thing that I bought for Stone Cold is still in his house.
That is correct. He did need it.
And the thing that you bought for Ozzy is in La Garbage.
Oh, son of a bitch!
But no, I'm probably in my head hoping that the mic. You know how like when you have a girl that you're breaking up with.
Yeah.
Or if it's or it's a one night stand or whatever, and she leaves something at your house, and you're like, "Come, you left it at my house." Her underwear that's stretched out in the front.
Yeah. Her gaff.
But she leaves something because she wants to come back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that. Like come on. Like or she just leaves something so she's marking her territory.
Yeah.
I'm going to listen to Stone Cold's podcast and be like, I bet he's using my mic cord right now. I bet he's using the one I left there.
It's so funny, too, when a girl does that, by the way, when they leave something, and then, I left my panties, and you're like, are they blue? No, they're green. Oh, what do you have, other girls? Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, you're the only fucking person to pull the underwear gag? Or to leave your underwear somewhere?
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to tell her. You should mention a different color, even if there's not one there. Just to let her know, like, you're not, what do you think, you're special?
You're not.
Yeah.
That party was fun, though, but I felt very out of place. So I didn't see any celebrities other than Michael Strahan. Michael Strahan, who I've met before, and we've had on before, and I did a sketch with, is a giant motherfucker.
Well, that's why we waited.
Wow, is he a big guy?
That's why we didn't travel back until yesterday morning. We had to get up at like 4:30. Thank God for daylight savings. We had to wake up at 4:30 because we were staying Saturday night to go to Kevin Undergaro, who's Maria Menounos' fiance, and he's the guy who did AfterBuzz TV and The Tomorrow Show and all that. It was his big 50th birthday celebration.
Yeah.
So they turned they have like a lot of property out there.
Yes, they do.
And they have a massive tennis court that they turned into this big frat party that they invited a lot of people to. Like, literally, there were hundreds of people at this party.
And it was, it was really a gigantic place and very, very nice. And I wanted to come home Saturday morning. I almost switched my flight, but I'm like, it'll be fun to go. I like Kevin so much.
Yeah.
And it'll be fun to hang with you and Jess and go and, just see everybody.
Yeah, but I did. Jim disappeared, and then I got a text from him that he was out the door, and I was like, yeah, well, I mean, but you stayed a while. I
did. I didn't see any celebrities. But I didn't. It was funny. Tara Reid we saw, and a couple other people, and
we saw Tara Reid there. We saw Ileana Douglas.
Yes, and I talked to Kevin Nash, who I liked a lot.
Yeah, the filmmaker, not the actor, pro wrestler.
Yeah.
Lillian Garcia was there. And Michael Strahan. You're right.
Big dude, man.
He's as big as a fucking house.
I didn't even see Maria there.
You didn't?
I saw her, but I didn't speak to her. She was busy. She was talking to him. And you said Vin Diesel show. I didn't see him.
Vin Diesel
I didn't see Corey Feldman.
Wilmer. Wilmer Valderrama came. Corey Feldman showed up at this party. And, like...
Wilmer's a handsome dude, right? He was wearing shorts.
No.
And who was the guy wearing shorts that was wearing a blazer?
I don't know. I think he was. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's just a guy. He's just a handsome dude.
No, he was an actor.
Okay, I didn't. Maybe we're thinking of different people. Matt Eisman was there. Our friend Matt from American Ninja Warrior.
Yes.
Speaking of big motherfuckers,
a lot of compliments on the show. People were very much enjoying the new show.
Yeah, it's very nice. But Corey Feldman. So like, Kevin is obsessed with Corey Feldman the same way a lot of people are. But it was so weird seeing him there because Kevin is not obsessed with Corey Feldman's music from now. Kevin became obsessed with Corey Feldman's music from a few years ago. Like, when I was there over the summer, before any of this Today Show happened, Kevin was nonstop playing this song, Ascension Millennium. I love that Adrian already knew what song to type
I don't know it.
I mean, listen to it. Listen to it. You're going to start tapping your toes. This is one of the lost Corey Feldman songs that is not getting a lot of attention.
Okay.
Because of all this Today Show stuff.
Little rustling under the bed sheets. They kiss.
Real natural kiss too, right? They're obviously very in love. It's one shot. Looks like Birdman. Oh, one of the angels opens the window.
His hair doesn't look wet.
It doesn't. I don't even think there was water running in the shower.
There's no water. He's dry.
He's in the shower.
What's he doing? He's dry.
He just put some mousse in his hair in the shower.
Fucking Edgar's teeth have more moisture on than
It kicks in.
The beat is actually okay.
Wait till it kicks in right now. He still has that Michael Jackson growl in his voice.
He does, yeah. Oh, he's wearing the jacket and the... Nope. Why does nobody tell him that it's in his life? You gotta stop dressing like Michael Jackson. That's not a cool look.
I don't know. I think it's cool.
It's not a cool look.
You don't think Michael Jackson's cool? He's a fucking former king of pop. He's
That's
dead
a good
now.
point. I know.
Plus, look at these half-interested girls that are following him around.
He's got the jacket.
Oh, wait, that's the other kid from the Goonies. Yeah. You got a little heavy, huh?
He's walking like Michael Jackson.
I love if you look at the angels that are with him in this video, they're half-interested, like they're just like dead. They look drugged. They couldn't be less interested.
Let me see. You don't think they're psyched?
I don't think so.
It's a long song.
You think so?
Yep.
Are you tapping your toes, though?
No.
So?
No, I'm not. You know, it's funny.
Oh, here comes the hook.
Stephen Hawking was tapping them more when he was looking at that girl's pen.
Oh, I see somebody bopping in the tap box.
The beat is okay.
You're down with the Ascension Millennium, Travis?
Yeah, just the chorus, though.
Ascension Millennium, these words rhyme. They mean nothing.
You don't think they mean anything?
No.
Oh, this is the dance break. And guess what? He's got a Michael Jackson hat
on. What is he? How does he do this in front of a crew?
They're all like, all right, this is what we're doing.
He's dancing like Michael Jackson. It's embarrassing.
You think so?
It's humiliating.
No.
If he had his own personality, this would be... it wouldn't be the greatest song, but this would be 50% better to watch.
But Michael Jackson's dead, so he gets to have that personality now. Like, Michael Jackson doesn't have it anymore. He's
it's watching a guy with none of the qualities of Michael Jackson, other than the same skin tone by this point. He has none of Michael's qualities.
Yes. He does. He looks like mid-90s short-haired lesbian Michael Jackson.
Oh. Sam said Michael Jackson was the former king of pop because you're looking at the new one.
That's right. That's right.
Do you think he's the king of pop?
Who, Corey Feldman?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. This is what Michael Jackson looked like at his best when he was married to Lisa Marie Presley. Remember that video where they were like naked together and like Michael was wearing like sheets and stuff?
They had a very sexy kiss at the MTV Music Awards.
Yes, they did. It was very passionate.
Yeah, it was like the kiss at the beginning of this video.
It's all one take, isn't it?
So, yeah, it's all one take.
How many times do you think it took him to do that?
Once.
Many times.
While watching it.
I actually read somewhere that the guy who did Birdman saw this video and was like, that's what I need to do for my film. Hey, Michael Keaton. And he brought Michael Keaton in the room, and he started playing Ascension Millennium for him.
Oh,
and
the band's really cool.
This is what we want to do. You like the band?
Yeah, they're great.
See, it's cool because, like, Corey Feldman hasn't necessarily performed this at a stadium yet, but he's got a picture of a stadium with an audience in it behind him. So that's similar, you know what I mean? It's still cool. You get the vibe.
Yeah, you do. I'll say one thing. This video probably cost $31 to make. It's all in his house.
Yeah, it is. Oh,
and he goes right back into bed.
Because that's a day in the life of Corey Feldman.
Cool. He gets to bed with his pants on. He doesn't shower.
No, he doesn't.
He performs in a room in his house. And he walks by the dirty-looking pool.
He puts mousse in his hair in the shower.
Yeah.
And then he goes back to bed. So Kevin's obsessed with this song. And, like, you know, we've seen Corey on TV. He doesn't have the greatest sense of humor about himself. Like, he's not doing this ironically.
No, he's not.
You know what I mean? He's not. He's doing it for attention, but he thinks it's really great. So Corey shows up, and, like, they bring out the cake. This was actually not too long after you left.
You said about a half hour after I left?
Yeah. They bring out the cake for Kevin. And they put all the candles on it, and Maria, like, has the mic, and she's wishing a happy birthday to Kevin, and Kevin's like, Corey! And he needs, like, it's his 50th birthday, and it's like all of his close friends and family are around him, and he wants Corey Feldman with him, too. He doesn't know, he just loves the song. So he's got Maria, he's got Maria's parents, his mom, and Corey Feldman with him. And Maria's talking to him, thank you all for being here. We really appreciate you making the trip. This means a lot to Kevin, blah, blah, blah. And Kevin's like, yeah. And he grabs the mic and he's like, and you know what else would mean a lot? And he cues the DJ. And the DJ puts Ascension Millennium on.
Oh.
And he's like, Corey, you got to sing. And he hands Corey the microphone. And Corey's trying to be polite and go like, no. And he's pointing, like, the microphone to other people. But nobody else knows the words to the song. So they're all just kind of like, nobody's heard the song before. And Kevin, the whole time, instead of being like, okay, this is weird for you, Corey, no problem, he starts mimicking the dance with the hat and everything. He starts acting like he's got a Michael Jackson hat on.
I wish I would have seen that.
And Corey is just, like, kind of smiling and clapping, and Kevin is all in.
Do you think Corey's uncomfortable?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But Kevin doesn't care. Kevin's having the greatest time of his life because he's seen the video 150 times. So he's doing the dance right in front of Corey, doing everything he can to get Corey to become involved, sing the song, do the dance. Corey would not do it. I believe he left shortly thereafter.
Oh, you think he was probably uncomfortable?
I mean, you know, he wasn't, you know, it's Kevin and Maria, and they're nice, and so he knew that they weren't, like, making fun of him. Kevin has a legitimate love for that song and wanted to perform it with Corey.
Yeah.
I believe Corey should have given Kevin his birthday wish and performed the song with him, but no, Corey decided he felt a little uncomfortable.
He's uncomfortable.
And didn't want to do it in front of all those people.
No, I understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
I left by that point.
It was so funny, though, watching it all go down, watching Kevin have the time of his life, and Corey just, like, pointing the microphone. He's like, no, you sing. And people were being enthusiastic and trying to be happy for Kevin and everything, but they were just, like, going, and Kevin is just, like, yelling, Ascension! Millennium! It's great.
He loves that song.
He loves it.
Yeah.
He loves it. So the fact that Corey was there, it made the whole thing for him.
I would have enjoyed it very much, excuse me, but I just was tired.
Yeah, you were.
Yes. I was just kind of standing there by myself the whole night.
I figured that you had gone. We were with you most of the time, right?
No, you guys were. You and Jess were, and we took a couple of great pictures.
Yeah, we did. I posted one of them.
Where's our new? This is our new shot, by the way.
That's what I think, right? I think
we're holding a fake hot dog. Is that a hot dog like hat? The guy tried to get me to put on. I was like, this fucking dirty hat.
I'm not gonna wear the hat.
I'm not wearing a dirty hot dog hat.
Yeah, we'll post it at Jim and Sam Show on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
See my hand the way I'm holding that fucking.
Yeah, just the end there. Yeah, that's going to be our billboard, I think.
Yeah, they said they're getting us a billboard, which is nice. Yeah, Scott did confirm it.
He did confirm it.
I said we'd like a billboard. Like, I got it. I'm like, all right, cool.
Great,
Andrew Moss has confirmed we are getting a billboard.
We got it. Let's go to Dr. X. who's calling in from Mexico City. What's up, Dr. X?
You guys, Jim, you've been on TV. You know all the shit, all the hoops you got to jump through just to get something put on. Who is the asshole saying, hey, guys, I think we got us a winner here? Who's approving this Corey Feldman shit?
Somebody funded it.
Somebody financed it, yeah.
Yeah, Corey didn't sink all of his own money into this thing. Somebody financed it. There was some money guy that was like, yeah, let's do it.
But when you see the video, it was all shot in his house, so they pay no location fee.
Right.
They pay a crew. You got to pay the crew. He's got his angels there and his buddy from Goonies and a couple of extras. It's probably not a very expensive video. Shot in the daytime, so lighting is not a tremendous issue.
Right.
It might have taken a day or two to shoot, but...
He's pretending to shower so they don't have to worry about the water bill.
Absolutely. No water, no need to worry about the wires getting wet in the bathroom.
As dry a shower as anybody can have.
I've never seen a drier shower.
I'll tell you this, though. He did bring a couple angels with him.
He did.
To Kevin's Kevin's party. He had some angels with him. They were not in lingerie and halos, though. They were just, dressed. But
no lingerie, huh?
He still had angels, so he's still the fucking man.
At least he had girls show up with him.
They had a thing at this party where it was actually brilliant because there's so many people there, and some of them are big celebrities and some of them are, and Marie and Kevin, it's a lot to host, so they can't go around introducing everybody. Right. So what they did was they got wristbands, and it was one color if you were taken, one color if you were single, and one color if it's complicated.
Green was the single one.
Right. So Jess and I were walking around with our, taken.
Purple, whatever it was.
Yeah,
blue.
Purple or whatever. Maybe I would have gone for the it's complicated if Jess wasn't in town, but Jess was in town, so...
So would she have.
yeah, I think Jess was going for that regardless.
Yeah, exactly.
But Jim didn't want any confusion, so he slapped that green glow stick, and there's no missing it. It's not like it's just some, sticky wristband. It's at night. It is a glow stick bracelet. That means everybody can see it.
Right.
You see it, you can kind of see it right there, and his wrist is a little blurred. But you can see it. So I figured that after you just kind of found your own way out, I said, a lot of hot chicks at the party.
A lot of green wristbands.
You saw a lot of the hot chicks
yes,
had green
I
wristbands? Did. I mean, Adrian, you've been out there. You know all the... I mean, Kevin is brilliant. He surrounds himself with good-looking young women.
He keeps good company.
Yes. They were all at this party.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are so career-oriented that they don't have time for a relationship. So what does that mean? Put that green glow stick on.
Yes.
Single and ready to mingle.
That's right.
So I assumed after you left the big Maria party on your own and just kind of texted me, not even let me go find Sam. I was like, oh, he must have found a green wristband to make a pair of handcuffs out of.
I was walking around with those green. I had my arm up in the air and I was just going, hello, hello.
So did you find a fellow green wristband to go home with?
I did not. No, I didn't. Or to go to the gate, or to go to the party with.
It was weird because in the afternoon, Jim had made one fatal flaw. He texted me and said, I might bring a date. Is that okay? And I said, yeah, no problem. Of course. And I met him in the lobby. Plenty of room in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually, we got to go to the party and say, no, we won't need the plus one.
Yeah,
it'll just be Jim.
And then, I said, but can I leave her name here?
That's right. Oh, poor sweet Jim. And I knew it wasn't going to happen. Because they're all the way out, like it's a drive-in. Yeah. Jim goes to, because there's somebody checking people in, because obviously,
And you sign a non-disclosure.
Non-disclosure.
Which was really well done.
Although we've probably broken it. But.
That's right.
But Jim looks at the girl who's checking people in and goes, can I leave a person's name here? Because I may have a date coming. And she probably knew. She probably took one look at you and was like, it's not going to happen.
It's not happening.
Because she goes, why don't you find me and I'll remember?
Yeah, she goes, when she comes, just come up to the front and get her in. I'm like, okay.
Right. So when did you have to do that?
I said goodbye to the lady as I was leaving. I got stood up.
You did. You got stood up, right?
Yeah.
That's great. You got an invitation to this amazing place to bring a girl to.
I know.
And you got stood up. You made a bad choice.
But it was she's like an actress, and I was I didn't tell her I knew she would know who Maria was, because she's not from here.
Oh,
but
she's from a different country.
Yeah, I mean, but it was fun to go to. She would have enjoyed it.
She would have, right?
Yeah, but she pulled the old. I so know because I've done that so many times. We had chatted for a bit in the day, and I'm like, well, do you want to go? She goes, yeah. And I kind of knew she wasn't gonna come, so I wish she would have just lied and said she had plans. It would have been easier because I would have, asked someone else.
What'd she say?
Yeah,
she was like, I'm coming. But then when she wasn't there, she just stopped texting you?
Well, she was supposed to meet us at the 7th. I said, look, we're probably going to leave at at 7:45. So I hadn't heard from her.
You hadn't?
No, so I texted her, and then I got a text at 7:50 something. I just got home. I'll text you when I'm done showering.
Oh, perfect.
I'm like, well, she's late.
Yeah, so she's late, but and that's why you're like, okay, my date's just going to take a quick shower, and then
zip on over.
Right.
But then
I'll leave her name with the check-in girl.
But no, then I said, okay, I'll send you the address if you want. If you text me when you're done, I'll send you the address. And she just wrote, okay, hun. Like, no, send me the address. So I sent it to her anyway.
You did?
Yes. And I just didn't hear back from her. And I knew she was going to pull the I fell asleep thing. Like, it's like, I'm fucking...
Is that what she did?
She's like, yeah, I just put my head down. I'm like, and again, I'm like, just lie and say you had other things.
When did she
fucked 3 guys, just say that.
Yeah.
Give me something to jerk off to. But yeah, you know how many times I've done that? I just put my head down and fell asleep. I'm like, and again, she's in her 20s, so...
When did you get the I fell asleep
I was
text?
already in bed by 2.
So she was like late enough that it was like, well, it's too late to hang out now.
Yeah, it's like, just shut up.
Who falls asleep from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m.?
No one. But who, when people are waiting for them, puts their head down? So just lie and say you're sick.
Right.
So I know you're not coming.
I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to put my head down. Yeah. Well, I have narcolepsy, so I just sit down sometimes and fall asleep.
Yeah, and she seemed really nice too, which was kind of it wouldn't have been disappointing if she just lied and said she had other plans like that. I could live with
because you saw her earlier in the day.
We just chatted, yeah, and she was really nice. I was like, "Fuck."
She seemed interested.
I don't know if she seemed interested.
If she did, she was lying.
Yeah, she sure was. I wouldn't say she seemed interested in like a sexual liaison.
Right.
Which was a shame when I saw her Heine. Ooh.
You liked it?
Oh, did I?
That's why you took a gamble on that Heine? Oh, you took a gamble.
Fucking well worth it. Well worth it.
Yeah.
But only how many people in L.A. want to invite someone who's an actress,
right?
A single actress, to a party hosted by Maria Menounos.
Very legitimate. It's a real Hollywood party.
It's an extremely legit party.
Yeah.
And gets stood up on it. Oh. That is my life.
You did.
That's my life. But
you were literally at a party that was so legit that they hired security, had people sign NDA, the whole deal. Like, it was a real, like, hey, everybody, there's a lot of public people here. We want you to feel comfortable.
But I said, even as we were going, like, that's why I live the lifestyle I live. That's why. It's moments like that, that's exactly why. And there's times where it's like, man, I kind of wish I had a steady girl. But by overall, that's why. Like, that's the type of stuff that you deal with. So it's like, ugh.
Right. So you went home. Were you looking at your green wristband in the back of an Uber by yourself?
I think I put it in my pocket so I didn't have to walk into the lunch. No, I actually took my little jacket that I was wearing and I put it over the wristband.
Yeah. And Jim showed up. He's wearing that terrible North Face jacket the whole time.
It was a cool jacket.
And he has...
It's a cool jacket. Travis?
It's Norman Lear's jacket. Or Gary Johnson.
Whatever, the fucking...
Gary Marshall.
Yeah.
Norman Lear, Gary Johnson.
The old man who shares the jacket that you do.
Fair enough.
The old guy who's dead now, right?
Yeah.
He showed up with that.
He's young and hip, that's why.
And the worst fucking sneakers you ever saw in your life.
What's wrong with my sneakers?
You look like you got them at Payless.
I did not. They're fucking comfortable shoes.
Jim had like orthopedic shit. It's those same sneakers.
I know. I'm going to send them out to the people.
Send them out. We'll tweet them out also at Jim and Sam Show and Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat as well.
I'm going to do like this.
Instagram stories, everything. But he wore those fucking Asics everywhere he went in L.A. And we showed up. We're in the lobby. And he looks the same as he did. The collared shirt was nice.
Thank you.
But aside from that one shirt, you look the same as you did every morning that we did radio.
Well, yeah, but I didn't plan on... Well, yeah, I know. Actually,
I told you in advance that this was happening.
Yeah, but I didn't plan on dressing up, I'm saying.
You could have just had
Ascension! Millennium!
Corey probably saw him and was like, hey, man, cool sneakers.
Hold on, there's nothing wrong with these shoes.
I think there is. Let's go to Miguel in Los Angeles. What's going on,
pal? We met Miguel.
Yes. What's up, buddy?
Going on, guys?
Hello.
This is how much fun and how out of his mind Kevin is. I was over at his house the afternoon before the party, you know, and we were just talking about stuff. And Miguel used to call into my night show every single night, and Kevin is just looking at me. He's like, Sam, you know what we need to do? And I think he might have had a drink or two in him by this point. But he goes, Sam. He
was loaded.
You know what we need to? You know what we need to do? And I go, what? And he goes, we have to invite Miguel. I go, Miguel from Los Angeles? And he goes, yes, Miguel needs to be here tonight. And I go, and he goes, you got to invite him. And he goes, I'm tweeting him right now. And he tweets him. And then Miguel is like tweeting him back going like, bro, I'm going to come to your party. Are you sure you want me there? Are you sure? And he wasn't tweeting him back. So I saw the tweets. And I texted Kevin. I'm like, Kevin, Miguel is tweeting you back now. Are you sure you want him? And within 5 seconds, I got a text back, yes, get him there. And so I sent them. I was like, all right, Miguel, here's Kevin's address. And then Kevin, like, put me in touch with Maria's assistant. It was like, Sam has another name he needs added to the guest list. And it was all because he wanted. And Miguel and his wife showed up. And did you guys have a good time?
Oh, yeah, dude. Honestly, it was probably like one of the best parties I've ever been to. With,
where are you calling from?
Wait, hold on, dude. Sorry, hold on.
You were in the ocean?
Is that better?
Yeah, that's way better.
Yes, sir.
Oh, sorry about that, man. But yeah, dude. It was honestly pretty much like the best party I've ever been to. With like, you know, with like Kevin's obsession with Corey Feldman, and you know, my wife got mad at me because I was staring at a couple girls, and she like slapped me in the back of the head, and she caught me staring at this one girl's titties like the whole night. So
yeah, Jess,
she got a little bit jealous.
Every time we go to one of those parties, I get fucking yelled at.
Really?
Yeah, because I always get distracted by the girls that they talk to me. And I always end up like Jess. I always like see Jess talking to somebody else, and I'm like, yeah, she's fine. And Jess is like, yeah, how about stop ignoring me and going and talking to other girls?
Did you?
And I'm like, no, it's a thing. It's a thing. You know, we were talking about something else.
Did you see that one girl I pointed out to you? Her fucking juicy. She was a blonde and she was wearing denim shorts. Her fucking half her ass was hanging out.
Yeah, I did.
Oh yeah, I remember her. Yeah.
Oh, fucking that little plump ass. I was out of my mind.
Yeah.
I kept holding up my green thing, pointing at it, going, "Huh? Huh?"
No bites though. Yeah, I got yelled at because I was like, Jess was like, Sam, are you ready to go? And like some girl was like, oh, let's go over here. And I was like, okay. And I gave Jess like the wave, like, just a second, Jess, just a second. I'm going over here. She's like, what are you doing? I was like, I don't know.
You're just talking to people. You're a mover and a shaker.
Right, I'm schmoozing.
Jess has to realize who she's married to.
But Jess, like, when that stuff happens, she scolds me, but not like what are you doing? I need to be able to trust you. Like, what are you doing? Nobody's interested in you. Like, this is pathetic. Like, you're not accomplishing what you think you're accomplishing.
You gotta put your foot down, bitch. I'm busy.
Every time it's like, no, you're right, Jess. This isn't what I think it is. Just
honestly, I was expecting Jen to be wearing his famous Kid Dynamite jacket, but or sweater, but but it was not to be though. But dude, like honestly, like my wife was like really impressed with the party, and Kevin was such a real nice guy, and like I don't know if he was lit when he came up to me, but he was like, dude, you know what we got to do? We got to do a West Coast chapter of the show. So you and Mark and I don't know whoever else, like
he was drunk,
talking about
dude,
the show. Oh, was he?
He was probably a little intoxicated, yes, but he's like that all the time. Like Kevin is constantly, that's what he does. That's why there's so many people at the party, and that's why everybody loves him so much, because that's what he does. He just goes up to you and starts throwing up ideas all over you, like, this is what we need to do, this is what we need, and all of a sudden you feel like, yeah, I gotta do this, you're ready to conquer the world.
He had an idea for me and Sam.
What was his idea?
Quit.
yeah, he's the only one that he wasn't optimistic. He pulled Jim aside. He's like, Jim, I've been listening to the morning show. Jim was like, yeah, what do you think? No, man.
Not good. Not good.
But yeah, dude, but for me, the highlight of the party was, I guess, like, I don't know if you saw it, but Maria was with a paddle, like, spanking everybody at the party. And she actually spanked my wife, and my wife was like, wow, like, honestly, like, I'm not gay or anything, but I fuck Maria.
Oh, my God. Does that go into your spank bank forever?
Dude, I'm pulling it right now. What are you talking about?
Maria was spanking people?
Thank you, Miguel. I didn't know. You know what?
All right, later, man.
Thank you, buddy. I didn't see her. I didn't see her spanking people. I would have volunteered for one. Would you have been okay with it?
Yes, I would have. I would have loved to get a couple of spanks at the party. Little the single girls see I'm fun.
Jim would have been like the one awkward guy, though, because he'd be biting his bottom lip and just trying to get another one.
Or actually pulling my pants down. She's like, what are you doing?
Oh, just being cute, right?
I'm spanking your bare ass.
Yeah, stop it.
A paddle. That's creepy.
Oh, we're all just being fun, right? No.
Where's the food?
You fucking weirdo.
Travis just dropped his pen. I'm so happy.
He's throwing things all over the room. Let's check the Tef box. Tef box, do we have comment on where the food is?
I have no. I assume Roland's getting it because D-Bag's in here.
D-Bag.
Does D-Bag have an answer?
D-Bag.
Have an answer? Do you know
Deliver the answer. Where's the food, D-Bag?
No, he just shook his head and moved his hand.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
He shook his head, was up and down. He pointed towards his mouth.
He doesn't know where it is.
What do you mean he doesn't know where it is?
Oh.
Shouldn't he be checking up on
He's
it?
looking around in here like it's hiding.
Yeah, there's no food in there.
Roland's getting it.
He is getting it, or you think he's getting it?
He is getting it, or you think he's getting it?
He is.
He is.
Do you, Travis, you've been in this game a long time.
Yeah.
Was that answer like, let me give Sam the answer he wants to hear, or let me give Sam an informed answer?
No, that was the former.
the one I want to hear?
Yeah.
He doesn't know whether Roland's doing it or not. He didn't check, did he?
How about we give him a jingle back? Why don't we just jingle Roland? Just to ask. That's all. I'm just curious.
Because Derek was worried that if he checked on to find out if Roland was doing it, then he would have to do it. And for some reason, there's this aversion around here. Like, no matter what the job is, everybody's cool with doing jobs in the building. But the minute you ask anybody to go out and grab Jim food, they're like, and they're looking for any excuse in the book not to do it.
Yeah. Which I don't know why. I would gladly leave here for a couple minutes.
Right. Take a nice break for yourself.
Yeah, go walk down. He's going to check on Roland.
So. Can you just text him from inside the Tef box?
He could.
But he doesn't know if he's here or not.
I don't know.
He was lying when he told me that he knew that Roland was coming back. He does no clue. He has no... Did we catch D-Bag in a lie?
I think so.
Is he upset about it?
I mean, probably.
I don't. He told me before the show that he was going to get Jim's coffee because Roland was going to get breakfast.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, but he probably just made that arrangement with himself. He's probably like, look, I'm okay doing this. Like, shut up, D-Bag. You'll get everything. Like, I want to see...
How come we have no interns, by the way?
They took them away.
They were afraid to be a hostile work environment with the whole show breakup or something? Was that
I think so. We had one intern.
What are we, children? What the fuck is wrong? How? I mean, I understand, but what did they think was going to happen with these interns?
We're trying to make it happen for next semester.
I would hope so.
We had one intern.
Who?
And he was working on the morning show before this one. Yeah. And do we have two?
I like him.
No, he was here for the first 2 days.
Right, for the first 2 days. And then Sex Bags sent a letter to the intern department and said, we're transferring the interns over to the morning show. And the intern department was like, no, you're not.
Wait, what do you mean we're transferring them to the morning show?
Meaning they're staying on this morning show, but it's going to be a different show, but that's where the interns are going to stay.
Who said no to that?
The intern department.
Why?
I have no clue.
Well, who's on the intern department?
HR.
So what the fuck do they have to do with it? Why did HR have a problem with us having interns?
I have no idea. I think that they're trying to work it out for next semester.
They should do it this semester and give us back our intern.
Yeah. I don't know. Adrian is assuming it's because they think Travis kicks interns in the peanuts. But
so, hold on, Derek,
that's not a regular hobby.
D-Bag's in here. He's fixing the ottoman. Do we have any updates?
Are you getting headphones? Yeah, Roland's out getting your food now.
Okay. Yeah. Did you have a time when he's coming back? Usually he comes in by 8.
He's there. He's walking up the hall.
Okay, that's all. Thank you, buddy.
He's walking up the hall.
I'm starving. I get very hungry around this time.
You do, right?
Yeah, man. I don't eat. I went to bed early last time. I haven't eaten in a fucking long time. I get how people starve to death.
Right. This is like becoming a Sally Struthers infomercial. Ken in Connecticut.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, what's your name?
Tim.
Oh, Tim.
Yeah, they said Ken.
They said Ken. Thank you, Roland. And where's the icy coffee?
No icy coffee right now?
Oh, no, he had it.
Oh. Because I thought D-Bag was getting the coffee and Roland was getting the breakfast. Isn't that the
same thing every day? I have the eggs and iced eggs and then the ice.
Travis, didn't you say that the arrangement was that Roland was getting the food and D-Bag was getting the coffee?
Well, Adrian said that, but I would agree with it.
Yeah.
D-Bag just rolled his
that was the
eyes,
arrangement, Adrian?
No, I think that Derek was referring to the coffee before the show.
Oh, so D-Bag was on first coffee duty, not second coffee duty.
You're always on first, you do second.
You do second too? Is that the way it works? Coffee duty is coffee duty.
But
For Prince.
But you'll go down for the Prince? That's very good of you.
Thank you, Roland.
Roland has volunteered to get the coffee
I don't even
for
want
the Prince.
guys.
No, for D-Bag.
Yeah.
The Prince needs to stay on his throne. Prince D-Bag, the Prince of all D-Bags, needs to stay on his throne.
Yeah.
And Roland will go down and get the coffee. That's.
I want to know why we don't have an intern. I don't want guys working here to have to do this, but
right. But you got to have some. You got to have some caffeine. You got to have some coffee.
Yeah. What's so crazy?
You can't go down yourself, because if you went down yourself, I'd be like, I'd far prefer a co-host than any of you guys here with me. Like I like you guys, but I really like my co-host. So we're gonna prioritize the co-host, then the staff, then the interns.
Yeah.
Right? That's fair, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
From what I understand, it was because Eric was the intern boss. And since he was no longer working in the mornings...
Oh, they couldn't trust... Well, Eric was such a fantastic intern boss.
There was nobody in the mornings who was qualified to...
Does he have an intern in the afternoon?
No, because...
So why Eric was the boss there? Why couldn't they give him the afternoon intern?
Because he would have had to quit his real job to move down.
Oh, I see. Okay. He couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So what's he doing now, our old intern?
Bennington.
I think he works for Bennington, and I think maybe another...
So why can't he just do us and Ronnie?
Guys, we don't have anybody who can be in charge of interns.
There's nobody qualified to tell the intern what to do.
Nobody can be an intern boss. Let's send D-Bag to
Ronnie has
training.
3 interns? We don't have any?
Because he's got people who can lead interns. We don't have any people who can lead interns. That's the thing. We don't have anybody that can be put into any positions of authority.
Where'd you get that?
We had in the fridge in the hall.
Oh, it's in the fridge in the hall.
Why are you talking like
well, you're
duh?
In the fridge, we're talking to the microphone.
But why did you say it's in the fridge in the hall? Like,
so get rolling so you doesn't have to waste a trip.
Hey, you fucking turn burglars. No, how the fuck do you not know there's coffee in the fridge right now?
No, he's not going back down.
Okay.
So what usually happens is...
Tell me, D-Bag.
What usually happens is Roland will go...
What usually happens?
Roland will go get...
On a typical morning.
Yeah, explain. Walk us through it.
Roland will go get...
coffee.
The coffee in the morning.
Which morning?
He will get every morning.
I see.
He will get the hot coffee.
Including this morning?
Yeah, well, not today. Today there was
then why'd you say yeah?
There's an audible.
Oh.
We'll change of plans.
Oh. So that's where all the confusion came from.
That's right. So what happened? He was normally going to get the coffee and then go back out, but today they just got the coffee and let it go bad in their fridge.
Yeah.
Well, it's iced coffee.
I know.
It's iced coffee.
It's not like it's going to
Is that a cold brew?
It can sit.
It's cold
Thank
brew.
you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, so...
But don't you think there is something to the chemistry of the beans and the water being mixed together?
There is. Who wants day-old fucking cold brew? It's been sitting there.
Right.
What's that?
It's an hour old.
Hours old. Hold on a second.
Don't interrupt me, cunt! Like, wouldn't Starbucks just pre-make a bunch of coffees if that were the case?
Yeah, but I mean, I think just for efficiency's sake, that's why...
Plus, I don't think ice holds in a refrigerator.
It doesn't. It melts.
No, it melts.
What's up, water coffee? Hey, you want some cold water coffee?
Let me have a sip of my brown water.
Yeah, your nice watered-down beverage.
There's no coffee in there. It's water.
It's just water, right?
Water.
It's just cold water. It's just cold brown water. Now, efficiency of D-Bag doesn't like going down to get coffee, so you only wanted to make one trip.
Well, I have a lot of responsibilities here.
Like what?
Like answering the phones, doing the cameras, running back, loading the first segment. There's a lot of things going on. So
how come that camera's on the table?
Because the battery drains really quickly out of this, and the battery died.
How come you don't plug it in?
Are in LA because that doesn't have a plug. That kind
really?
of yeah.
So right now,
battery only.
We got a camera on the table and a coffee in the fridge.
Yeah.
Does it die every day?
Does not look like we're managing our responsibilities well, D-Bag.
I would disagree with that statement. And no, that doesn't happen every day because the other cameras are in the mail coming back from Los Angeles. So these aren't the cameras that we normally use.
Oh, these are not the cameras you're looking for.
Wait a minute. So like, the other cameras are coming back from Los Angeles? What do you mean?
They were shipped.
Oh.
Yeah. We don't have that many. Yeah, we shipped them out there. They shipped them back. They just haven't gotten here yet.
Yeah.
And D-Bag's too busy killing batteries and watering down coffees.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's my specialty.
Sabotaging. Is so Roland still here? He didn't go back down?
No, he's still here. Yeah.
Okay. What'd you think when he called you Prince?
I didn't even I didn't have headphones in there, which was earlier why when Travis was talking to me, I was just like, because I was looking for headphones.
That's what you did? You went,
Oh. You were futzing about?
Yeah.
Travis was like, hey, D-Bag, Sam wants to know something, and you're like, headphones.
Yeah.
Done.
That sounds about right.
So then, once you get the headphones, you stop being like, oh.
Yes.
I see. I see. Okay. Okay. So now that you have
tiny thumbs
and little hands.
Let me see. Stick out your thumb. They do. They get skinnier as they go up top.
Yeah.
You like my hand?
No. You couldn't hitchhike with that. No, like, why is that guy waving his pinky at me?
Yeah.
His thumbs are upsetting.
You look like European royalty trying to hitchhike. Pinky up, boys.
Those fucking terrible. Stick your thumb up. That's not even a man's thumb.
Yeah.
I have little ears, too.
You do? Let me see.
Ugh.
Oh, you really do.
Little
Bullet
baby
size.
ears.
It's your thumbs that are enraging me.
Do you have tiny toes, too?
I don't know.
You haven't checked?
Hey.
Yeah.
Cunningham.
Skinny, short fingers. You know what that can... A lot of times, I'll just say this. A lot of times you look at a guy, right? Mm-hmm. And he's got, like, big, girthy, meaty man hands.
Yeah.
Like Stone Cold, right?
Yeah.
And my opinion, I don't know for a fact, but my guess, based on Stone Cold's big, meaty mitts, is that he's doing very well in the pants. You know what I mean? Probably a nice thick one down
I think
there.
there's a correlation between those two things.
You don't have to, by the way, you don't have to preface that with the legal stuff. Allegedly, Stone Cold is not going to sue you for saying he has a big dick.
Well, I just wanted to put it out there that I haven't seen it in person. But
people know that.
Do they?
Yeah. They know you'd love to.
Yeah, I would.
He would let Stone Cold rest his cock on his cheek. Just rest it there gently.
Jim was asking me about my Stone Cold fandom, and he did ask if I would blow Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Well, you said you would blow The Rock on the record before, so...
Yeah, I probably would. I think I'd blow Stone Cold, too. But... here's my question, T-Bag. Do you agree with me, like the Stone Cold correlation, would you make that correlation?
I feel
for
like,
Stone Cold?
For Stone Cold, that could more
okay.
More,
all right, that answers that.
Sounds more than likely.
Yeah, that answers that. Would you consider that an educated guess?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hypothesis? That's right, an educated guess?
Educated guess, yep.
Are you trying to imply something?
No, I'm just saying you made an informed decision.
It just seems like you're getting at something here.
Your hands are small and insignificant.
Yes.
They are.
Yes.
They're like little teeny insignificant digits.
Right. Ones that like, well, let's just say nobody would complain about them hurting, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm looking at my hands on the radio, and I just realized it's not working.
No, you could really fist a girl. You could fist a girl with both hands, and then like move them the way you would move them hitting a speed bag, and it wouldn't hurt her.
You ever fist anyone?
Wrist deep, like.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Exactly, we're on the radio.
Did you ever fist anyone?
No, I've never fisted.
We've got pics of your hands, by the way, if you want to go to twitter.com/Jim and Sam Show, where that across all forms of social media. All right, D-Bag. Well, good. I feel like we keep learning about you.
I can't believe the thinness of that thumb. It's bothering me.
It is. It is.
Oh. A thumb usually has like a point where it thumbs up at the end. Nothing.
Right. I mean, I have freakishly big thumbs, so I'm a bad person to compare to. No, to compare to was necessary in that statement.
It was not.
But yeah, those are especially small hands, and I'm glad that you were able to make the informed guess as to what somebody with bigger hands would be packing. You know what I mean?
Whatever you want to infer, I'm not gonna.
No.
Your thumb doesn't move much either. When he moves his hand, his thumb just kind of hangs like a dead limb.
It does.
Really
should it be
me.
like gesturing?
It should be doing something.
Well, there's not much that you could do with it.
No.
Like a lot of like when you say, well, these we're more evolved from these animals because we have opposable thumbs. Mm-hmm. D-Bag will be like, what difference does it make if we have opposable thumbs? You can't do anything with it.
You don't do anything with it. It's like a dying limb.
Yeah.
They're very thin.
They are thin.
He's got 2 skin tags hanging off of his...
A wafer thin thumb, monsieur.
It's like when Judge Doom was flattened at the end of Roger Rabbit.
That's right. He looks like Christopher Lloyd at the end of Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
They're like 2 skin flaps that are hanging off his palms. You ever slip off a door when you're trying to open it? Like slip off the knob and just fall forward?
I've never had that problem before.
Oh, okay.
What are those? What do they call thalidomide? Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Those little babies that were born with like weird little flipper hands. That's what his thumb looks like a little deformity.
A little flipper. Yeah.
It doesn't look like a real thumb.
Yeah.
Bothers me.
Were they worried about you when you were a little boy?
I was premature. I was like 5 pounds.
Did they
premature? How long were you in the womb? He was 8 months premature. Ew, you little preemie.
Nah.
when they put you in the
I heard that one before.
When they put you in the incubator, did you just rest with your hands sticking out of it so that everything else developed properly?
Maybe that's what it was.
Do you
the
think
fingers
so?
were hanging out and it wasn't getting the raise it was supposed to be getting inside a little oven.
How far premature were you?
I was 1 month early, but I was really like a really, really sick baby.
You look sickly.
Yeah, I would not be surprised to find out you were a sickly child.
A sickly preemie.
Early in your life that you required medical care.
Oh yeah.
What was wrong with you? Do you have a hole in your heart?
It was something to do with being so premature, and I used to like just vomit constantly, and I was like in the hospital when I was really young.
You would vomit a lot?
Yeah, and I had like my eyesight's really fucked up because of it too. I don't know, something to do with like fevers and my eyes like almost blind.
By the way, I remember us trying to figure out. You're not an only child, right?
No.
You're not the youngest either, right?
I am the youngest.
You are the youngest, but you're a sick baby.
Yeah.
Certain attention was always paid to you.
Yeah, I have never had a great immune system.
No. Sick babies who get taken care of don't like coffee runs so much because, it's like, you know what I mean?
You got
like
spoiled being the youngest and a sick baby and being coddled?
He got a little coddle because he was a sick baby.
Okay, maybe you're right. Good
You think
point.
so?
Yeah.
Do you think that maybe there was, and not to say that, you're a sick baby. What are you going to do? Not coddle you?
Yeah.
But do you think that maybe there was some coddling and that you are a little bit used to being cared for?
Handled with kid gloves, as they say?
Right. You like to be cared for. Is that fair?
Medically speaking,
Medically speaking,
yeah.
He was always throwing up.
He was?
Yeah, I told him, keep it down. Swallow it. And he would always throw it up outside the crib. You're insulting me.
And what am I supposed to do with those thumbs?
Yeah, those little teeny hands. The thumb sticking straight out. I said, wrap it around there, grip it. Dumb thumb sticking straight out. Couldn't make anybody happy.
Oh, this is good. Lenny in Buffalo has some insight on what we're talking about. Lenny, welcome to Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. Lenny, you there?
I'm here. Yes, I'm here. Good morning.
Good morning.
So, pretty much, I am 100% sure that you are accurate. The space between the middle knuckle on your thumb and the wrist is a direct indicator of the size of someone's genitals. So for a man, if he's got that thick spot there, he's going to have a thick dick.
So
woman,
there is.
And it's the same for women, too. If they got that thick, they're going to have a big, juicy pussy.
If what? Hold on, what now?
Hold the phone, stop the presses.
If what, miss?
So the space between the middle knuckle and your thumb, like where it meets that pad of your hand, if that spot there is thick, the man is going to have a thick dick. If it's thick on a woman, she's going to have, like, big lips, meaty pussy.
Wait, is the thumb on the front or the back of the hand? On the middle finger?
Like, if you're holding your hand up like a prayer, okay, and you look at that space in the thumb, if it's thin, they're going to have a thin dick or, like, a skinny pussy.
Yes, right
if
here.
It's thick, that spot in between your thumb and your wrist.
So my
I don't know what you're talking about.
I have no idea.
Right here, then this
So,
the
like,
thumb
if
and
you
this
do like
thing.
an okay sign, you know the saying, like if you checking the temperature of your steak. So if you make an okay, it's like more well done, and it's that spot in between your thumb and your hand. If it's medium thick there, that's what the genital is.
Yeah,
that's not necessarily accurate.
So you're telling me that my freakishly elongated, enormous thumbs means that I'm doing okay?
No, it means that your dick is bent because your thumb is bent. When you have a nail on your dick.
If it's gorgeously big, then that means you got a weird dick.
Okay, it's not. Thank you, Lenny. So there you go. So that's doubly evident. You think that's true, D-Bag?
I have no idea what the fuck she was talking about. I was just staring at my
Skinny
hands
thumb,
like a
skinny
blithering
dick.
idiot.
Skinny thumb, skinny dick. You think that's true?
I mean, it's...
I'm just as an average thing, generally speaking.
There are anomalies and exceptions to this, is what you're saying.
No, I'm just asking you, generally speaking.
Overall, I'd buy that, yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Adrian, you think so?
Yeah.
Are you? I think you're implying that I'm not.
I'm talking about thumbs and dicks here. I'm talking about thumbs and dicks, and
You're
I'm not
a poorly endowed man.
Yeah, and I don't think we're not just talking about girth.
You're a man of slight endowment.
You know, girth and length.
I don't think there's anything to show in terms of length either.
I mean, you know
what I mean?
It gets the job done.
It does, right? And that's what counts.
And by that you mean it comes all over the back of your knuckles. Fair enough.
All right, D-Bag. Thank you.
This was good.
Let's break and tinkle. I have to tinkle.
Yeah, we're going to take a break. We'll talk about all these emails and Comey's controversy. Oh.
And if you want to see me, come see me in Fort Lauderdale next week. Not this week, I'm here for UFC, but the week after I'll be in Florida.
So that's a week from this weekend?
Yep, Saratoga Springs, Hartford, and Doylestown before I shoot. I have a few more dates. And by the way, thanks to LA, that was so great. The Melrose crowd.
Oh, God.
What a nice response the Jim and Sam show got.
Yeah, we went, I went to the show. Jim performed, he did his hour. And by the way, I can't wait for you all to see the special.
Thank you.
Because the hour is killer.
It feels good. Yeah,
it's a really good hour. But yeah, I mean, Jim mentioned the show, and I was blown away at the response. Like, I figured, like, at least a polite acknowledgement is acceptable.
Right.
But the entire audience was excited about it, and people came up to us after the show, and people were saying nice things to me and Jim. So I very much appreciate all you that came out to the Melrose Improv, and it absolutely, literally after that show, we were sitting at a table, and it completely motivated us to 100% start doing live events.
Yeah,
soon within the coming months. We'll do our first live show with an audience, figure out a city, go somewhere. So if you want to see us do a live event in your city, just tweet the show and leave Facebook messages for the show, and we'll kind of gauge interest maybe a little on that.
Yeah, it was a very, very strong response.
Yeah.
It has been every time I've mentioned it, though. I mean, I wasn't necessarily surprised because every club or place I've mentioned, even in the theaters, it's a great response. The people who listen to the radio love it.
Right.
So good. Thank you.
It was awesome. We're back to Big Appling.
Yeah. But today it was fucking Jesus Christ.
What?
Just a road closed, fucking police sirens. I'm like, oh my God, it's a mess. It wasn't. It's just another day, Monday here in New York.
Oh God damn it! We'll be back after this.
Stay there. Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
I will say, because I watched the last 2 weeks of episodes last night.
Oh,
that's right. And in 2 hours, about that's right, about 25 minutes worth of stuff happened. So that's always good. That, just like I always say, it is the most slow-moving show on television until the season premiere, season finale. Like, everything is just this slow build. And I was actually thinking about Travis, because Travis is
Why, were you shitting?
That's right. And I looked in there, and I was like, what does that remind me of? Tef Box. No, because Travis is a Walking Dead apologist.
No, I just don't have as much of a problem as everybody else.
You Walking Dead lover. That's what you are. You're a Walking Dead lover.
Last night was good.
He does. Like, anytime I come in and complain about how slow-moving the show is, he talks to me like it's because I'm too stupid. And he goes, it's called storytelling.
Yeah, all you want to do is just kill some zombies.
That's right. You're saying that basically Sam doesn't understand the subtleties of an adult story.
No, last night showed the breakdown of Daryl.
Yeah, but it was like, come on, let's get to some other fucking stuff.
And who's the other guy?
I've kind of had enough of Daryl, by the way.
Well, then you'll like last night.
Good.
Yeah. Oh, the blonde guy with the Two-Face? With the Jesse or something? Was it Jesse?
No, I don't think it was Jesse. I think it begins with a D.
Yeah. Dick bag.
D-bag?
Yeah. Negan's got this guy called Sick Boy who just does everything.
Yeah, he's real sickly. Even the zombies don't bite him because they're afraid they'll die.
Oh, what a pain in the ass he'd be. To be fucking walking around, you have to walk around the forest like you're like Rick and Carl.
Hey, Carl.
Everybody's trying to escape the zombies, and then you got sick baby D-bag, who just needs to get carried all the time.
And Negan just like tells everyone what to do, and sick baby wouldn't like that.
Sick baby D-bag can't be told what to. I don't want to kneel. I have bad knees, and it hurts to get down and stand up every time.
I threw up so much I damaged my eyes when I was a boy.
Can we go someplace where there are less zombies? Because I throw up every time I see a zombie.
If they don't bother, they just don't bite him. They just know that he's not good.
Yeah, it's not sick baby D-bag, not him.
The zombies look at him like he's spurled. Nobody wants to bite him.
Walk right past.
Yeah. Brush him by. Yuck. Boo.
Except then he just complains. Why don't they want to bite me? I don't understand.
They look at his thumb. They don't even know his thumb is food. They think it's like a little tree branch. Boo.
he builds like you see the Revenant, you know, the thing that they have to carry around Leonardo DiCaprio on?
Yes.
He built one, and he's like, guys, I was thinking from now on you could just carry me on this.
Why do you make D-Bag's voice sound like
I'm not
that?
feeling well, because he's a sick baby.
I think that name's going to take off.
Sick baby D-Bag?
Aw, little fella.
Little sick baby D-Bag.
Little legs kicking. Falling out of the pussy a month early in a cab.
Ah, shit.
Yeah. His mother didn't feel well, and she sat on the bowl and dropped him in. Like, all right, another one gone. Yeah. Oh, my God, it's crying.
Yeah, and throwing up.
He's actually had pictures in the hospital. He's the first miscarriage to survive.
Yeah. They sucked him out with a vacuum, and he was just in the vacuum pipe. Let me out of here.
Yeah.
Let me out.
He's got clits on his hands. Oh, they're just thumbs. Oh, little guy. Little fella.
He was born needing glasses. I need those little baby glasses that you have to, like, you know, they're rubber and you have to tie them around their heads. Yes, sick baby D-Bag, you want to contribute?
When I was young, I had to wear an eye patch around. I thought you might enjoy that.
Yeah, why? Were you the villain 2 years ago in Walking Dead? What the fuck your name is?
Don't worry, D-Bag. The kids will think you're a pirate. It'll be cool.
Yeah, that's what they told me. It's not how it went.
They didn't think you were a pirate?
Yeah. No, they did not think I was a pirate.
You were just a douche with an eye patch?
Yeah, that sounds more accurate. Yeah, not fun.
At least you can wear plastic hooks to cover up those fucking thumbs of yours.
Oof.
I don't feel well. Can you guys not make fun of me today? I came to school feeling nauseous. Can you guys not make fun of my eye patch?
Queasy.
Excuse me, Miss Hubert. I'm feeling a bit queasy.
Did mother coddle you when you were a boy, when you were sickly? When you were a sick young boy, would mother pay attention to you and take care of you when you were ill?
I would imagine so. I was an infant at the time, so...
He's like 14 years old, still drinking Pedialites.
Yeah.
It's fucking...
And not for a hangover, just because you need the electrolytes. You need the electrolytes, D-Bag. You know you're a sick baby.
He wants to...
Mom, I'm 14.
He has a little scar that his mother told him was from his surgery. She doesn't have the heart to tell him it was a hanger.
Probably a Munchausen syndrome baby.
You think she still reminds him to take enough electrolytes?
Oh, always. She gives him fucking 6 cent soup all the time. She just keeps him sick.
Stupid. He's got fingers like those little puppets in the puppet show.
I sit under the table and throw up when I feel weak.
I get very sick. Sickly fella.
Oh, sick baby.
Now he's not going to listen. He's going to get back to the phones. Right back to business. That'll discourage the guys.
Exactly. He's going back to the phone. Yeah, they're being assholes today. Man, he goes to Travis and Adrian. He goes, was it just me or were the guys being assholes today?
What was up with the guys this morning?
They were in bad moods, huh? Travis and Adrian are like, nope.
That voice does not sound like me.
It doesn't sound like me at all. It's making me queasy.
It's tinny and commands no respect. You have a tinny, non-supervisor voice.
So if he told you to knock something off, if D-Bag came to you and said, Jim, you better knock that off.
Let me hear you say that.
You better knock it off.
Oh, no. You better knock it off. It sounds like two things have to happen for your voice to work. Like two things have to meet, and that's just one of the things coming out. Like the bass part doesn't come with it. No, I would not listen to that voice.
Listen, Jim, you better stop talking about me. Throw it up.
Sounds like Cartman.
You look like Cartman.
Yeah, you do. You are shaped like one of them.
No, seriously, D-Bag. Come back and tell either me or Jim or both of us something with authority. Say, stop making fun of me. You guys are
say move on with the show.
Yeah, move on with the show and stop being
like, make
assholes.
my voice all deep?
No, I want you to have a position of authority. Like, when your girlfriend, you have a girlfriend, right?
Yes.
Oh, I know. When your girlfriend, when she starts like, when she gets a little bratty or whatever, I'm sure you guys have your disagreements. Have you had disagreements before?
Slight disagreements.
Sure. Normally about what? Your lack of melanin?
She complains about me throwing up, and I tell her it's a medical thing.
I can't go down there and lick it. I get very ill.
It makes me queasy.
The smell makes my stomach topsy-turvy.
Topsy-turvy.
So, like, what do you guys disagree about? Derek, it smells like puke in here again.
Yeah, let's go with that. We fight about my constant vomiting.
He has a little coffee can by the side of the bed to vomit in, so you have to walk to the bathroom.
Derek, you know you always puke more than a coffee can full, and you never replace the coffee can.
It's liquid vomit. Poor kid.
What do you guys argue about?
To be honest, we really don't argue often. I don't see her enough to argue with her, to be honest.
Well, when you do have disagreements, you said you've had disagreements. When you do disagree, I just told you when I'm at Maria's party, Jess is like, "What the fuck are you doing? Ignoring me to talk to pretty girls like they want anything to do with you?" And I go, "Yeah, you're right. That's what we disagree about sometimes."
Right. What's something she'll disagree with you about?
Okay, I can give you an example.
Okay.
On Saturday, we were out with a few other couples at a at a wine bar, and
did you?
Did I whine? Yeah.
I finally feel safe.
Yes.
This place is great.
And I got into like a little bit of like a political-ish heated conversation, and then she looked at me just like, "Why are you fucking doing this right now? Like, just have fun with our friends. Let's not talk about this kind of stuff."
She doesn't like when you start voicing some of your more heated opinions?
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, just like we're trying to have fun. Like, let's not go down that road.
Well, who started it? You or the other person?
The other person. They were just kind of like saying a bunch of stuff, and I was just like, "Oh, slow the fuck down. Like, we're being a little ridiculous here."
What were they saying?
I don't even.
Yes, you do.
I can't even fucking remember.
Yes, you can.
They were just like sitting there at the table being like, "Is it just me, or do only queer baits throw up all the time?"
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it was.
True. I'm not a queer bait, and I throw up constantly.
What they said is not representative of the prematurely born community.
Queer bait preemies are the only ones that throw up all the time.
Yeah. You little four-eyed queer bait preemie.
And then
thin-fingered, four-eyed queer bait preemie.
And then when he tried to argue for himself, his girlfriend was just like, "Just stop.
Yes, just stop arguing with the men." Thin-fingered, four-eyed queer bait preemie.
You think he might come across as a queer bait sometime?
I think he comes along like a thin-fingered, four-eyed queer bait preemie.
Someone suggests that we get a sick baby, an eye patch, and a diaper to wear.
Yeah,
we should have him walk around sometime and a little thing over the head, like the little baby hats that cover the face.
A bonnet?
A little bonnet.
A bonnet and an eye patch?
A little bonnet. Aw, sweetie.
So what do you do?
I think I'd look nice with a bonnet on.
What do you do then when your girlfriend's like, "D-bag, shut the fuck up"?
She calls him D-bag.
She probably speaks to him in that firm. Shut up.
Shut the fuck
You're
up.
Embarrassing me.
You're being really embarrassing right now, and you're wrong about all the stuff you're... Shut
He's
up.
beating you in the argument.
Yeah. Like, do you ever get in the car and be like, "Look, you're not going to yell at her in front of people, but maybe afterwards," because you don't like to be reprimanded, right? Like, you don't... That's not something a man... Do you ever get in the car and say, "Don't fucking treat me like that"?
Don't do that in front of people. Don't call me a thin-fingered, four-eyed queer bait preemie.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it goes, Jim.
So when you want to sound like you really mean something when you're talking to your girlfriend, what does it sound like?
I'll make my voice real deep like this.
No, you don't. You adopt a black scent?
No,
exactly.
I don't get a black
You're
scent.
not Lou Rawls.
Oh, let me tell you.
Yeah, he tries to Barry White it up. So, now tell me, what was the other guy saying that you were arguing with?
It was a girl, not a guy, but...
you got into a political argument with a girl?
Well, no.
What's wrong with you?
She was for abortion, and you're like, "I was supposed to be one. I'm against it."
Yeah.
What about my choice?
Yeah, he survived an abortion.
Exactly. I wouldn't be here if that was right.
Yeah. They're like, "No, Derek, you were aborted. You just happened to survive."
Yeah. My doctor, Kermit Gosnell.
So what do you sound like?
I don't know.
Like for instance, okay, how about this one?
I got nothing here. You want me to just say an authoritative sentence?
No, I got you.
Want me to do?
No, you're right. I'll bring something up for you. Remember when you're right. No, you're right. This is my fault, so I'll make it easier. Remember when we were in Buffalo Wild Wings 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Remember? And and some of the guys were giving you, it was you and me and Troy and Adrian. Travis couldn't make it. Remember that?
Yeah, Mr. Kwan was...
Right, and you remember that you were getting a bit of a razzing?
Yeah, he was razzing me, you know.
And then you remember
pulling my chain a little bit.
The waitress came over and asked for everybody's orders, and Troy called you a pussy in front of the waitress.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
And remember, you got pissed because you thought that the waitress was going to go back.
Yeah, I looked at him and I was like, can you not call me a fucking pussy in front of a stranger in a restaurant, please?
Oh!
His eyebrows are all up. There you go. So
Yeah.
now, why did he call you a pussy?
He's kind of a pussy, you know?
No,
Well,
what in that moment sparked it?
Oh.
It's a really, like, not interesting
that's not
behind the scenes
All
story.
right, cool.
kind of
Flow
thing.
perfectly with this segment. So-
Yeah.
All right, give us the
Should I get into
funny
it?
story.
Well, I mean, it's not funny at all. Basically,
Add some funny to it then.
Yeah, come on, jazz it up.
Give it a little body to it, you know what I mean? Like a little confidence.
when we went to get food, I was ordering food to go for some of the other staff members.
Cool.
Oh, that's right.
And one of those staff members had given me a bit of an attitude.
Who gave you
the
an
day
attitude?
before.
Fun of me.
Paul.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
It wasn't anything even really worth talking about. But
Okay, cool.
It's being a pussy again.
Yeah.
then Troy was like, fuck, man. Like, he's like, don't bring back food for him. Just like, fuck it. Just if you had any balls, like, you wouldn't bring food back, kind of thing. And I'm not a very confrontational person, and I want to be professional and just...
Good for you.
You have balls, but they haven't dropped. I understand.
Yeah, they're up there. They're up there somewhere.
Little stomach testes.
And,
Yeah, somewhere around his kidneys.
yeah. So I brought the food back, and that was the whole thing. But yeah, Troy looked at me and said, don't be a pussy, and that's fair. That's just... He might think I'm a pussy for that, but I just have a different way of approaching things, so...
What's up, Troy Kwan?
Putting some words in my mouth.
Was he?
A little bit.
And you don't stand for that shit, do you?
No, so if this is all out in the open, we
Your
might as well
balls,
talk about
your
it.
balls
Yeah.
hang low, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't think I misquoted you, did
No,
I?
you did.
Okay,
You
okay.
did because
You know,
I'm not being,
Troy, like, just take a deep breath, because you know confrontation makes D-Bag throw up.
We don't want that to happen.
No, he gets, sick baby gets queasy.
Talk gently to him.
Yeah, sick baby gets queasy, so...
So basically what it was is D-Bag, and now this is out. You're the one that said it on the air.
Okay.
So he has a problem with Paul.
Right.
He doesn't like Paul.
From Opie's show.
Right.
Right.
Paul gives him attitude. Paul gives him a hard time.
Right.
About what?
I don't really know.
I mean, I don't have, like, a reason to dislike him. I just feel as though since this whole show switch thing has happened that he's been unfriendly to me.
Okay.
And I just, I'm nothing but nice to him, and I try to be cordial and friendly.
Keeps walking by looking at you, lucky devil.
No, like you walk in the room and, like, you say something to him and he won't even, like, look up or make eye contact or acknowledge you or just...
And you don't like
little
that.
things. I just try to be respectful to everyone I work with. And
Plus, I mean, you're not used to not being acknowledged. When you were a baby, you were very well taken care of.
Very well taken.
I was
By the way,
vomiting all over the place.
D-Bag's not friendly to everybody. I'd have to get my coffee secondhand in the fridge.
That's right.
Callously put in there.
Plus, he looks at you like it's in the fucking fridge, dick.
Exactly.
Like, why don't you have a tantrum about it?
He doesn't like being ignored or dismissed. It's a
He
good
does
point.
not. He
So, Troy,
does not.
Him and Paul don't like each other.
No, so they don't like each other. So D-Bag will say, something will happen in the office, and he'll come back and be like, fucking Paul, this, that, and the other thing. And so...
Because D-Bag's sensitive to being disrespected.
Right.
To not being... where Paul's not actually done anything major, right? Like, Paul's never done anything... He hasn't really said anything.
No,
he just
hasn't.
ignores you.
No,
And treats
He's
you
got
like...
you on the pay no mind list.
Right.
I mean,
Directly.
just subtle things.
Treats you
It's
like,
really not
like
even
about a
anything
piece of
that's
shit.
worth-
Like
What's a subtle thing?
Like about a piece of shit.
What's a subtle thing?
A subtle thing like,
Yeah.
I guess on one day, we have headphones that we have to bring back and forth, and I, like, didn't put the headphones back into the crate because I got distracted by something. And
Why didn't you?
I didn't because I don't know. But they were placed above a bin,
Right.
not put into the bin.
Cool.
But they were in the office in what I would like to think is a safe place. And then I walked
Safe
in,
space.
He likes a safe space.
Yeah,
Safe
yeah.
space,
You know,
yeah.
Like the
I need
incubator.
those.
Right, exactly. That his hands would stick out of.
Yeah.
And then, like, the next day or something, I walked in, and it was just, I mean, it wasn't malicious, but it was just, like, a little passive-aggressive, like, hey, next time, can you, like, put them in the bin kind of thing.
Whoa!
But not like, hey, dude, if you don't mind, could you please just make sure you get put in there because I don't want them to disappear. It was just
Wait,
a little, like,
kind of
hey,
looked
hey,
at you like you were a shit for
Well, it was
brains?
kind of like, hey, you can put those in the bin kind of thing.
It's kinda like
and,
when
like,
you-
didn't even turn around and, like, make eye contact with me, just, like, staring forward at the computer, and I was just like...
You like to be asked
Okay.
nicely. It's kind of like when your room was messy, and Mother would say, if you're feeling okay, could you please clean
Right.
up your room?
Right. If you'd like to, you can get up for school.
If not, I'll do it.
right. I get that. He's not taking care of sick baby D-bag. That makes sense to me.
But it's not a big thing, and in my eyes, like it's just like I don't want to.
Your eye. The other one was covered with a patch.
In my singular eye, I just didn't think it was worth like a confrontation. No.
Have you complained about him multiple times in the office to staff members here?
You get heated up a little bit, D-bag.
Maybe I've complained once or twice.
Once or twice.
Troy.
I mean, I think it's been a couple more times.
D-bag
gets
twice. He gets quite emotional. D-bag does.
Yeah. So
a lot of stress.
A lot of stress.
So and I've seen the attitude that Paul gives him. I've seen it. Yes, of course. And it was like Roland was like, "Hey, get me some food." And, of course
we'll get Roland. Yeah, we invited Roland. He couldn't go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the last minute, Paul's like, "Yeah, get me something too."
Right.
And at that point, I was like, "Okay, you have a problem with this guy. He does this passive aggressive bullshit with you. Now you're going to go be his dog and go bring him back, fetch him something."
Troy is like the other end of the spectrum. He literally put his testicles on a paper plate and put it on his desk. So that's the other end, right?
Yeah.
You would do that shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be like, go fuck yourself. Get your food.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
right.
And I was just trying to dude, you got to toughen up a little bit. You know what I mean? You can't sit there and bend over and open up your rear end for Paul when.
But you didn't say it quite so nicely. You said asshole, and then you were like...
It was you, me, Adrian, and D-Bag sitting at a table.
The boys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like, dude, don't be a pussy. And I said it in front of the waitress. Like, who gives a shit?
Oh, you weren't talking about the order. You were talking about what had happened in the office.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
And him having to fetch Paul's food.
I see.
And you didn't like that, dear?
The Paul thing, or the way that Troy
him saying that to you?
Yeah, well, yeah, but on top of that, there was also the hour of just constant berating I was getting from all three of them. It wasn't just Troy
razzing.
Yeah.
So you took your anger at Paul out on Troy, basically because you want to confront Paul, so you felt like Troy was a safer target.
It seems like a stretch to me. I think that.
Is that a stretch?
No, he hit the nail on the head.
No, I just I have a relationship with all these guys, and it's like I'm okay with getting
all at the same time.
Ew, fucking little mouth whore.
Yeah, the mouth, the asshole, one in each ear.
Exactly. Hi guys, I'm a two-holer.
And by the way, D-Bag, we were razzing you, but what did we tell you?
Sticking a pinky in the urethra.
We're like, we like it, dude.
I know, and you're my friends, and that's why
we're busting your balls and having fun with you.
I know, and I enjoy hanging out with you guys.
Malicious. We're not
razzing.
I know that.
Razzing.
And that's why, probably why, if I do get frustrated and I bitch and complain, I will talk to people like Troy because
you love him.
Yeah.
He's who you want to be. He's a guy who acts like a male.
Right.
He's got tattoos.
Right.
I have tattoos.
You do?
Really?
Yeah.
What do you have?
I have one on my arm and one on my shoulder.
What do you have?
This is like a family crest, and this is like for my aunt who had breast cancer on my shoulder.
I'm laughing because Jim's laughing.
I don't know what the tattoo is, so I'm only laughing at your explanation. What is the tattoo? Just her name?
It's like angel wings, and it's got like it says overcome. You don't like that?
No, I don't mind that. I think that's nice.
I also got it when I was 16 years old.
No, but the idea of overcome, it's just, you probably should have phrased it differently.
Because you're thinking about my back and the phrasing. I see where you're going with this. Let me make the come on my back joke before you do.
It's weird. It's weird. The tattoo says overcome, but there's come over it
exactly.
sometimes.
They said
a dyslexic did it.
No, they said, how do you like your chicken?
Yeah, that's why Troy was calling you a pussy, because you went to Buffalo Wild Wings and you were like, yeah, can I have the wings thrown in some cum?
Overcome, please. Wings overcome. It's your favorite lunch.
Wings overcome. He just cuts a little piece of the wing and moves it around in his nice, delicious sauce.
Like chicken tandoori.
You ever have that D-bag? That's why the angel wings are there. Wings overcome.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. You ever have that D-bag?
No, I've never had cum and chicken.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of blue cheese, it dips them into some load.
Right. Your aunt
too many calories.
Your aunt was perfectly healthy when you got that tattoo. That was a tattoo dedicated to your favorite snack.
Yeah, and you made it up. What's that about? Oh, it's about so-and-so.
Yeah, you didn't even have an aunt.
So what's the family crest?
It says my last name, and then it says...
Bag?
Says my last name and my stepfather's last name and my mother's maiden name because my parents are divorced and remarried, and then it just has like flags and like foliage.
What are the flags? Are they white for surrender?
Yes.
That's his family flag.
A bunch of white squares.
Oh, D-bag. All right, buddy. You feel like we've learned some things?
Sure.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
But you didn't like Troy saying that to you in front of somebody.
Listen, I love Troy and I appreciate the sentiment.
That's great.
Did you hear what he just said?
Well, you let me get my thought out, please.
Well, I'll let you get your thought out to the guy that you love.
Yeah, what do you say when Troy's around? Oh, I'm going to come.
And you get some wings out.
What do women say when you're undressing?
Oh, shit, this bitch got a
dick. D-bag doesn't think that's funny.
It is.
No, he's unamused, looking at the monitor like there's something on there.
No, I have to load the first segment for the replay.
Oh, yeah, no.
That's not as important as this.
It's very important.
No, I understand, but this is what Adrian's got this lesson before. You know what's more important than the replay? Take.
Okay, great, thanks.
Yeah.
Adrian can do it.
He's got it covered.
Boy, Adrian, way to be a team player.
He's got it covered. No problemo.
Good boy.
Adrian's going to fill it in. Because guess what, D-bag? If we don't have a fabulous live show, what are we going to replay? Am I right?
That's true.
That's a great point.
Thank you.
A good show to replay it.
After you have some, after you eat some wings dipped in cum, then you got to like tip the bowl towards your mouth. Finish it off.
He eats all the sauce.
Certainly
even after he's done with the wings.
Absolutely.
Does he lick that plate clean?
You get sauce in your eyebrows.
That's disgusting.
Oh yeah, no. D-bag got super fucking pissed.
Yeah, he did.
Troy
right?
was like, "You're a fucking pussy," and D-bag goes, "Could you not do that in front of waitresses?" Then we pointed out that we didn't think that the servers at Buffalo Wild Wings were all getting together to have a conversation about what a pussy was sitting at the table.
You didn't like being emasculated by a good-looking kind of alpha dude in front of a woman.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
I understand.
I don't think anyone would enjoy that.
Yeah, I understand. But you have to fight back. You got to say to Troy, like, "Hey, don't fucking say that."
Yeah.
And you
Well, that's what I did.
This is what you should have been. You should have been like
the
this.
waitress is there.
Keep that comment to yourself, handsome.
Yeah,
that's what you say.
Say, I am a pussy. Hey, I am what I eat. And look up at the waitress like, "Your cunt's next. Your cunt's next, honey."
I am what I eat.
Should I have said that to her?
Absolutely. Of course, you're a pussy.
Yeah. That's what you say. Anybody calls you that from here on out, D-bag, you find the nearest female, and you say, "I am what I eat," and point to her.
Exactly.
I just want him to stand up for himself. That's all I want.
Absolutely.
I know.
Because, I mean, dude, if you sit there and you take it from him again, you're just going to keep taking it from him.
Better to die on your feet than live on your knees.
Right. Although.
Yeah, believe me, I'm saying that. I don't mean it.
Yeah.
I'm going to live on my knees.
You already do.
Sure do.
Yeah, no, I understand that, and I appreciate, and what I was saying earlier is I appreciate that Troy's saying that because he's looking out for me.
Yeah, I'm not saying it to be an asshole.
No, I understand.
Do you have a big
that.
brother?
No, I don't.
Just big sisters?
Yeah, there's one sister.
Understandable.
She ever dress you up?
No.
Come on. Come on.
I'm really
she
getting
did.
derailed here.
Did she ever? It's all right.
When I was a kid, probably. Yeah.
All right, so what would she put you in? What did she put you in the one time you remember?
I don't remember, but I know that there's a photo.
Dara.
I could ask my mom to dig up a photo. of
Dara,
me when I'm a
come
kid.
in. I'm going to dress up Dara. She called him Dara.
Yes, she did.
Because she wanted a little sister.
She painted that little teeny nail. She's probably, where's the rest of it?
Did she ever do that? Did she ever? Because she had enough nail polish to go around. You just had a baby fingernail for the first 10 years of your life. Did you ever paint your nails, do you think?
I don't know about that, although I do remember there being like a photo in a photo album from when I'm like
19?
I don't like no I don't know, like 7 or 8
Going
or something.
to prom?
And yeah, I was done up in a ladylike fashion.
Were you?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean when you say ladylike?
Like, I think like makeup and stuff like that.
What?
You were. When you were how old?
I think like 7 or 8. I was like, like in elementary school or something, and they thought it was funny.
Let's recreate this.
Yeah.
It's already happened. Jim already made me put lipstick on. And
Yeah, not dressed though.
What color
having
lipstick?
PTSD.
What color lipstick was it?
Well, Jim made me put on cocksucker red lipstick.
I didn't make you. I just held it up, and you couldn't get it on fast enough.
When I was young, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the shade was.
But it's weird because like at 7 or 8, like that's old enough that you are cognizant of your memories.
Yeah.
Like Jim, you remember the stuff that happened to you when you were 7 or 8?
Sure.
I remember the stuff that happened to me when I was 7 or 8.
I really don't think I do.
Well, I probably wouldn't
Maybe
either
I'm just
if
repressing some things.
If I had the same memories as you. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Maybe you got to...
Jim's staring at me so creepily right now.
You got to
dress up like a little lady.
His sister would dress him up like a little lady, and then the neighbor would give him a good touching.
No, I think so.
You think so?
No,
I think he told himself it was his sister, but it was really the neighbor.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Taking photos.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to be able to get you a lot of work. We're going to be able to get you a lot of work, little D-bag. It's going to pay for all your medicine.
Yeah.
It's going to pay for... It's for a catalog. It's for a dress catalog, and they want you to be the model.
That's right. The pretty little androgynous boy. Sweet boy.
Oh, good for you, D-Bag. Get that modeling career started early. Androgyny's very in now, by the way.
Sure is.
You see those models, sometimes you don't know. I mean, it doesn't have to be models. A lot of the women that Jim dates, you don't know for sure.
You don't know.
And that's part of the fun, isn't it?
It's all the fun.
Life's just a roll of the dice, right?
He's leaving.
Oh. All right. Thank you very much, D-Bag. You're a great guy.
You're welcome, sir.
You're a great guy. Speaking of androgyny, rest in peace, Janet Reno.
Did she die?
Janet Reno's dead.
I did not know.
Yep. The first female U.S. Attorney General has died.
How old was she?
78.
Oh, wow. I wouldn't know she was that old. Okay.
I haven't. Nobody's heard from her in years, have they?
What'd
I don't
she die
remember. I don't know. I don't think they've said yet. 78 is not... She's a tall drink of water, though. Maybe giantism.
She's a big galoot.
She was, wasn't she?
She was a lug.
I felt bad for her because, you want to believe that no matter what you do in your life, controversial or not controversial, that when you die, people are going to remember the good things.
Sure.
Right? And for Janet Reno, the only thing that popped into my head at first, and I think most idiots like me because Travis came in and had the exact same memory, the only thing that I remembered was Will Ferrell wearing a fucking a skirt suit and kicking through walls. This is going, it's Reno time.
That's funny.
He'd bring the bass down in his voice to do Janet Reno. But that's all I really remember terribly. Of course, she was... Attorney General when Bill Clinton was in office.
Oh, she had Parkinson's. Complications from Parkinson's.
But yeah. Like Will Ferrell did Janet Reno so many times. One time she did it with him. And I guess that's when she was finding a sense of humor about herself.
Okay.
But it wasn't a flattering portrayal.
No, I can imagine it wasn't.
Will Smith is
No
a
woman
large
wants
man.
to hear that you're being portrayed by Will Ferrell. There's no way to make that a compliment.
No, even like if they were like Chris Kattan, it's like, okay.
He's kind of waif-like.
Right, that's not too bad. Will Ferrell is a big... hairy man.
Yeah. Well, rest in peace, Janet Reno.
But he did all that. The part that really made me sad for her, though, was that not only were people remembering that, but I looked at trending topics this morning. And, of course, Janet Reno is trending because that news broke literally right before we went on the air. And right under it is all the shit that she did poorly. Like Janet Reno is trending, and then Ilian Gonzalez is trending again.
That's right.
Because that was one of her big... fuck-ups.
It was a mistake,
yeah. There was a whole list of them. Waco happened under Janet Reno. But that's the first thing that people like. I was looking at it, and all the people that I follow anyway were all on Twitter just going like, yes, Janet Reno has passed away. First female attorney general, and she was dog shit. Like everybody was just saying terrible things about her.
Whitewater.
Yeah, Whitewater. Happened under her. One of the administration's most recognizable and polarizing figures. Reno faced criticism early in her tenure for Waco for everyone. In the spring of 2000, Reno enraged everybody with Ilian Gonzalez. That was 2000, 16 years ago.
Years ago.
That was a long time ago, but that's one of those photos that will just last forever.
That was the kid being pulled away, right?
Yeah, with the gun.
How did they let that photo out?
With the gun in his face.
Yeah.
It's probably the least American photo, based on what America is supposed to be, that you could ever put out. Look at that fucking thing.
A terrible photo.
A 7-year-old kid, however old he is, being in a closet, being held by his uncle or whoever, and an immigration guy has a big fucking rifle in his face.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Although they were returning the kid to the father.
By gun.
Probably the right thing to do.
Yeah. I mean, I never cared, but it was a big national thing, and the way it was done, it was not done well. She had an unsuccessful run for Florida governor in 2002, but lost in a Democratic primary marred by voting problems. That sucks. When you have a national platform, like when you're the attorney general, and you're so unpopular that you can't go back to local elections and win, you know you're not well liked.
Attorney general?
Do you know Travis? I'm looking.
Yeah, he's right there.
93.
Yeah. She started in 93.
She was a great reference for years of any masculine-looking woman or a big, goofy man. Janet Reno was a great reference.
Oh, yeah. She was a wonderful comic foil.
Everyone knows her face, and immediately the picture, people know exactly who you're talking about and what you're talking about when you reference her.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody remembers her.
Yeah, they all remember her.
But it's not because...
No, 93, 98, okay.
Yeah, 93 to 98, she came in, yeah. But nobody remembers her for being... Nobody even remembers her for being the first female to do this job.
What did she run for in 2002?
Governor.
Oh.
In Florida.
Jeb Bush beat her, or was he not governor then?
I don't know. Probably. Maybe. No, but she lost in the primaries. She didn't even win the Democratic primaries.
Oh, Democrat. Okay.
Yeah. But everybody remembers her because she was a big, tall goof.
Yeah. How tall is she?
6 foot.
She's 6 foot, okay.
She really came across as even taller.
Just looking at some of the photos of Will Ferrell dressed like her. It's hilarious. He looks exactly like her.
Well, she was a handsome lady, wasn't she? She
really was.
Like, just a really, really smart haircut. Just a really proper, smart haircut.
Let's find Will Ferrell dressed as her.
Yeah. It was always...
Oh, there he is in the back.
Yeah. He never had a good time. Janet Reno always had. I don't know how you don't crack up fucking smiling after that. But I do remember thinking, like, Janet Reno looks far more feminine than next to Will Ferrell. But you're so used to seeing Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Although those fucking outfits that he wore were hideous. And they were her outfits.
They were exactly the right outfits.
What happens? What happens?
She's almost, yeah.
What happens to these women? How does that... Because she was married, I'm sure.
Sure.
I think with Janet Reno, though, it wasn't a case of she got older and she turned into Janet Reno. She was always Janet Reno.
There was some man at home going, God damn, this dick is hard. I can't wait for Janet to get home so I can sink it into her.
He loved her. Although, I mean, you're a guy. Like, if you
Yes, I am.
If you found out Janet Reno had big feet... Oh,
she did have big feet. There's no way she didn't. She's wearing a fucking crown in her prom picture.
Let me see the prom.
She looks like King Kong when they have him chained up.
Wait. Do you mean the woman in King Kong that he grabbed?
I mean she looks like Kong when he's chained up being photographed in her prom picture.
Oh, that's great. Poor Janet Reno. She was probably made fun of a lot growing up.
Yeah.
Just a large woman.
Let me see that picture of the top right there. She was a very sturdy-looking woman. She was a sturdy woman.
She was sturdy. Oh, wouldn't you have hated to get yelled at by her?
Oh, my God. No, I'd hate to get talked dirty to by her.
Would you?
Yeah.
I don't know. Could you see yourself... Let me see that picture of her at the Grammys. On the red carpet. Up. Right there. Yeah. Oh, that's her Grammy outfit. She's got a long... black skirt that reaches to the floor, and then she's got a very smart white blazer over a white shirt.
Is that a blazer? Wow.
I don't know. She looks Amish. Yeah. It looks like an Amish outfit.
Yeah.
I'm just here for the Grammys.
Being judged by her appearance.
With a pearl necklace on.
Big galoot.
But you wouldn't, if she was like, what if she wanted to do that? What if she wanted
She has hair right there like fucking Herb Tarlick from WKRP in Cincinnati? No, I would not.
You wouldn't let her discipline you and walk on your face?
No. No, of course she had big feet. Big bunions, probably.
Big everything.
Big giant bunions.
Do you think she had but she probably got pedicures and stuff like that, right?
Doesn't matter.
You don't think so?
No.
Too much work to be done there.
Yeah.
Oh,
who gave her pedicures? The Parks Department?
I love that she's passed away, and all anybody will remember is that she was not great at her job and was a brute.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what people will remember her for. Oh, poor Janet Reno.
That haircut is awesome.
You like that haircut?
Yeah. So she's wearing a 30-year-old man's wig on an older woman.
She was doing Justin Bieber before Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Except she trimmed the edges. She had a Justin Bieber bowl cut. Except it really looks like they used a bowl on her head.
It's really bad.
Just cut around it. Look at that. You think Bill Clinton fucked her just to say he did?
Yes.
You think he did just as like a goof? Yeah. Like, hey, Al, guess who I fucked last night?
No.
No fucking way, dude. I did it. I did it. I did it.
She's a wild woman.
Oh, Janet.
God bless you.
Via Con Dios, 78 years old. The great Janet Reno.
And Hillary now, they say the FBI has stuck with their decision. They said...
Comey?
She is, the exact same... Comey, yeah. I put him in my fucking hair. You heard what I said, Trav?
Nope.
So, Comey is being, it just looks like a fucking asshole, though. He looks like such a horse's ass on this.
Why?
Because all the Republicans think that he's an idiot and think that he's paid for. And all, like they all think that this is right. They all loved him for a second. He at least had the Republican support when he reopened the investigation.
Right.
So if you remember, he reopened the investigation because while they were looking for pedophile shit on Anthony Weiner's computer,
right,
they found all of Hillary Clinton's emails. He goes...
Not the 33,000, though, right?
What do you mean?
The 33,000 that were deleted?
No, what? That's where they didn't know what they had. So they go, there's like 6,500 or 65,000, whatever it was.
650,000.
650,000. I made that mistake the first time, right?
You were way off, yeah.
650,000 emails, they said, were on the computer. And we're all going, it's going to take him forever to go through all this.
Right.
Well, and the Republicans are like, fuck yeah, we're going to get Hillary this time. Comey comes out yesterday, and he goes, yeah, looks like we went through them, and we are good to go. There is nothing bad in there.
Well, maybe a lot of these are probably ones that they've looked at already.
That's what they said. They said they were pretty much all duplicates and blah, blah, blah.
So maybe there really was nothing to find.
It's possible, but if you could go through 650,000 emails that quickly, maybe you should have just not made the formal announcement that you were reopening an investigation.
Plus, it took them months to go through tens of thousands the first time.
Well, maybe because
it took them 8 days to go through 600.
Well, I'll tell you the difference. Maybe they have a program that will allow them to match up these emails with the ones they've gone through and say remove all duplicates. So maybe they won't realize 75% of these we went through already. So now we have 25% to go through, and there was a way to do that very fast.
But still, like 25%, even if most of them are duplicates. Even they're not all going to be duplicates because there's way more emails on that computer than there were in the initial batch.
Well, maybe I don't know how many were and how many weren't.
There's
how
no,
they determined.
There's no. Yeah, they must have some algorithm or something that's determined it because there's no way they actually went through all the emails.
Yeah, I mean, even 25% is 162,000.
Right. You couldn't have.
It's still a lot.
You couldn't have. You didn't go through all the emails, but Comey's decided it's over. The Republicans now all think he's paid for. They all think it's rigged, and the Democrats, they hate him from the first thing, for bringing it up in the first place, for reopening the investigation, and now they're all saying that he's a fucking idiot for even bringing it up in the first place.
Why? Because if he doesn't bring it up, people want to know what's going on with this. There's these new emails. So if he doesn't bring it up, he's fucking hiding something. If he does bring it up, he's an asshole. If he finds something, the fucking Democrats think he's shit and the Republicans think he's great. If he doesn't find something, the Republicans think he's bought and paid for. But he wasn't bought and paid for when he reopened the investigation. Everybody should just go fuck themselves. Jesus Christ, they never agree on anything, these cunts.
That's it.
Fuck all of them.
You don't think there's bipartisan support going into this?
No, I don't.
No, you're 100% right. And I mean, I think the whole thing is stupid. But I 100% understand why everybody thinks Comey's an idiot after this. He didn't play it well at all.
I don't know what he was supposed to do.
Well, look, you open up the initial investigation.
Sure.
Then you make your statement, which is everything that Hillary said was a lie. However, we're not filing charges. And you go, what? Nobody understands what's going on because they go, okay, Hillary's not guilty. No. The stuff that she said she wasn't doing, she was doing. But we're not going to do a criminal thing.
Was it because they couldn't find anything that was truly highly sensitive or classified? And again, I'm asking.
They found at least three emails, right, that were classified. And that Hillary said there weren't any. She was definitely mishandling classified information.
I have no doubt. And now they're saying the maid was printing them out.
Yeah, they're saying the maid, Hillary Clinton's maid, was printing out classified emails and then going and getting them for her. Now, the issue there is that the maid definitely was reading them, because I would read classified emails out of a printer. Of course.
I don't know about that.
Why?
Because she doesn't know they're classified. She's just going to print this.
I would read the emails. If fucking Hillary Clinton is like, could you grab my emails out of the printer? I'd be like, number one, what the fuck are you printing emails for?
Do you know how much of it is so she could read them, probably? She probably doesn't like reading on a monitor. I get that.
She got old peepers?
Yeah, she probably wants to make notes on them and stuff. But the bottom line is, when you print 1,000 emails for somebody, and half of them are boring, looks like Netanyahu, like bland shit. Most of them are probably, even classified ones are probably not like, we figured out 9/11. It's probably boring stuff that are classified because in a greater context they give something away. You know what I mean? Former ambassador James said that indeed the travel route could be considered dangerous. Like, you know, just shit like, ugh.
But across the board, if you don't have rules across the board, strict classified information rules, then what are you classifying information for? What's the point of giving it a classification of classified?
The point I'm saying is that if you're a maid reading them, you're probably not finding any interest in them.
Probably.
So that's why you wouldn't read them.
But you're not making the laws on probably. Like, you're opening yourself up to vulnerability.
No, I get why the laws are there. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be there, and I'm not saying what she did was
careless.
Right. It was very careless.
Yes.
And I'm not saying the maid didn't read them.
So you're saying that the result of it isn't anything. What we're talking about is a situation where something bad could have happened.
Possibly could have. I'm saying in this particular case, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
And I did at one point, but now that, again, the FBI the second time has said there's nothing to find, like, I don't know what would they like to happen. Like, who do they want to look at these emails, or what would they like to see happen?
I think that they would like, they feel that transparency is not there, in the sense that now, like, Hillary is, the fact that Hillary was lying about the emails from the beginning.
They're both fucking full of shit. He won't release his taxes. Her with the emails. Fuck them both.
But Hillary's lying about the emails from but Hillary's whole thing that she's running on is that Donald Trump is evil. Donald Trump is bad.
Yes.
You have to vote for me because I'm not Donald Trump. If it were anybody besides Donald Trump running for president, Hillary Clinton would be in a lot more trouble.
I agree.
But she's supposed to be this thing that isn't this thing.
Right.
And there isn't a lot going on. All of Donald Trump's negatives are being pretty clearly displayed.
They are, except for the big one, which is the taxes. That's a big one. That means a lot to me as a person, that my fucking guy running for president won't release his taxes.
Right.
I don't care why. I don't want to hear it. I don't give a fuck why he won't do it.
Especially because he's the guy who was going to town on the fucking birther shit.
Yeah. And
on the birth certificate
yes,
stuff.
And he's taken... I think he's declared bankruptcy before and said, well, I've used these laws. It's like, I think that we have the right to know. I don't know how that's not mandatory.
Yeah, I always thought it was.
I did too.
But maybe it's not mandatory if you're getting audited. And he said, well, once I'm done being audited.
The IRS has said he's allowed to. He can.
If he wants to. And he's like, I've chosen to decline their invitation.
I really am tempted to vote for Gary Johnson, even though I think he's a fucking fool.
That's what I told you. Same thing I was saying, because they're both so hateable, and hopefully if enough people do it, he ain't winning. But you know what? Dave Smith put out a good video about why voting isn't the big deal that people make it out to be. And like, Ross Perot got a lot of votes.
17% if I'm going by memory.
And it didn't change anything.
It did change something. Of course it did.
What did it change?
It got Clinton elected. It cost George Bush the election.
But
I see what you're saying.
It didn't change anything in terms of looking at a third party.
Well, that was because I don't know why there was no follow-up the next time. It just became business as usual.
Right.
What would have to happen is, and this one is different too because Trump is there as opposed to the incumbent and the old governor of Arkansas.
That's true.
There's a big difference in the fact that this is Trump that is a massive fucking shock to everyone that he's almost the president.
Right.
So I think the fact that if Trump will get votes between him and if Gary Johnson or any third party gets a decent showing, even if it's just 10%, that people go, wow.
So you're saying that because you're adding Trump to it as well,
it's a completely different thing.
Everybody's going outside the system.
People are showing that they are. Donald Trump to me is a great way of people are going. Everyone is so sick and tired of what's been happening.
Right.
And if Gary Johnson does a fairly decent showing after what an abomination he fucking turned out to be, and and he's losing his mind if you see him in interviews. He's great, handling it terribly. He's probably not the right choice.
No.
So it annoys me that the libertarians think that this is the fucking savior.
Right. Yeah. That's the other thing. Like, you would think the libertarians had all the time in the world.
Get your shit together, you dopes.
How could you not? When you see, Hillary Clinton's going to be the Democratic nominee. That was never a question. And you see what's going on in the Republican Party. Like, very early on, it was clear that Donald Trump was way more popular than he should have been. The fact that they didn't, at that moment, say, we need to find the best libertarian candidate that we can possibly find, it's crazy.
Maybe he was the best, but he falls apart under the pressure. Maybe the pressure wasn't... A lot of guys do well until a certain amount of pressure hits them and they just fucking collapse. Maybe he's one of those guys.
Now they're saying, like, a couple years ago, Gary Johnson was at a debate and faked a heart attack. Did you read that story?
I did not.
Yes.
I saw that video.
Oh, no, he was watching Sanford and Son. He yelled, Elizabeth!
Look at this video. This is from, I believe,
Let me see this.
From a...
It was a debate on...
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It was a debate on marijuana and legalizing it.
I know it's from a couple years ago, right? Or a year ago?
No, it was from this past year.
Let's see.
It was uploaded in March, it says?
Go on now.
Chance of having a heart attack within the first hour after you smoke marijuana. There are legitimate side effects of this drug.
He's being sarcastic.
The THC,
Okay.
when in the 60s, it's... I think the governor has had great fun with his humor, but this isn't a funny... It isn't
Oh,
funny.
shut up, you fucking stick in the mud lady. Yeah, he grabbed his chest, he fell on the floor mocking her. That's, again, is that presidential? Maybe not, but it's funny, and he wasn't being a maniac.
You know what the thing about that video is? It's all context. Because if Gary Johnson had been charming and funny this entire election cycle, then that would have been like, oh, it's our buddy Gary. Like, isn't that great? But because he turned into an idiot and a maniac, now you watch that with a totally different lens.
He probably shouldn't have fallen on the floor either. Fucking, you probably could just grab this thing, put his hand up, and went, oh, hold on, and then smile.
Yeah, put his hand up and go, I think I'm having a heart attack. Everybody laughs.
Yeah, so the whole thing on voting not counting, I understand why Dave would say that, and you're right, after Perot. But the problem...
that's a good point about Donald.
Perot also, and the same thing as Gary Johnson, but Gary Johnson not nearly as much as Perot. Perot fell apart completely, and Perot did drop out and then come back in. So again, he wasn't taken seriously after that. Was he a libertarian, Perot? Or was he
I don't think he was. I don't think he was a libertarian.
What party affiliation did he have?
In '92, he
was in... He just ran as an independent, right? Or Reform Party.
Reform Party. And then in '96, because of ballot laws, he had to run as an independent.
I don't remember him even in '96.
I remember.
In '96, he got way less of the vote, and that's because he wasn't involved in the debates. He got so much of the vote in '92 because he was in the debates and people could see him.
Yeah, and they could listen to what he had to say.
Yeah.
'96 was Bob Dole's year, right?
Yes.
It was Bob Dole and Bill Clinton.
Yeah, I'm a great American.
I fucking love... For some reason, when I was a kid, I was obsessed with Bob Dole. I really wanted him to win.
Because he had the same athletic ability as you. He's your hero.
Did you see Jay-Z?
I heard he fucking... What did he fucking drop the N-bomb at a Hillary rally?
No, he was doing... It's gone so far out of context because Donald is like acting like that's what happened. Jay-Z did a concert for Hillary, and Hillary came out for it, but he didn't censor his lyrics. But it was his songs. Like, Jay-Z was performing his songs.
You know what? Hey, look, the fucking left lives by those rules of we're gonna kill you for what you say. They should die by them too. If a fucking comic was up there and said the word nigger in a joke, even if it was a joke he'd been doing, Hillary would make a statement. She's outraged. She can't believe it. Stop it.
He was performing
good
Jigga. What's my motherfucking name?
Cool.
And who you rolling with, huh?
Does he drop an N-bomb?
Many times.
Good. Then how about this? Then how about Hillary makes a statement about that?
Yeah. If
not, then shut the fuck up about it every time.
This was Donald's statement about that. Yeah.
Jay-Z to fill up arenas,
Hang on, go back from the beginning, because that's a great quote. That's a great quote.
And we don't need Jay-Z to fill up arenas, We do it the old-fashioned way. We do it the old-fashioned way, folks. We fill them up because you love what we're saying and you want to make America great again. That's about And I actually like Jay-Z, but you know the language last night. Oh.
What an asshole.
Oh. I was thinking, maybe I'll just try it. Should I use that language for one of that?
I would say yes.
Can you imagine if I said that? So, he used every word in the book. I won't even use the initials because I'll get in trouble. They'll get me in trouble.
Pointing to the
He
press.
used every word in the book last night. And by the way, in Hershey, Pennsylvania, last night, we had an arena. We had 27,000 people show up. Maybe they couldn't get in. Far more.
So he's sitting there.
I'm voting for Trump.
Are you?
Yep.
Why?
Because he's right about that.
About the language?
Yeah, the fact is, it just makes me fucking remind me of the thing on the left that drive me crazy, which is the fact that if somebody else had said that, if some comic had said that, no matter what the context of the joke, or a singer at a Trump rally, the fucking press would be all over it. They'd be crucifying him. Has she made any statement about finding that language offensive?
No, absolutely not.
Nothing. So she's a fucking fake like the rest of them.
No, she's not. She's not going to turn her back on Jigga. She's not going to turn her back on Jay-Z. That's all she's got.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm a Jay-Z fan.
I'm not.
But it's
I don't hate him, but I'm not a fan either. I wouldn't know one of his songs, except for 99 Problems and The Bitch Ain't One.
That's weird. Most white people don't know that song.
Yeah, I know. I went deep into the Jay-Z well. That's all I know.
But it was kind of fucking gross, to tell you the truth, that he was performing a concert for Hillary Clinton. It's like, what are you doing, dude? Yeah. Especially like Beyonce, who's gotten in all this trouble, all this controversy, because she's got Black Lives Matters and anti-cop imagery in her songs and in her videos. And then she's like, hey, everybody vote for Hillary. It's like, you really think Hillary's going to support Black Lives Matters?
Well, Hillary is not saying anything.
What do you mean not saying anything?
She's not objecting to any of the stuff. She's not objecting to the language. And again, I don't think she necessarily should, but you can fucking bet she would if it was somebody else.
Not supporting her, yeah.
Well,
somebody not
even supporting her.
Like who?
A stand-up. If a stand-up had said that at a show.
Yeah, but you guys don't sound cool when you say it. Jay-Z always sounds cool when he says it.
Maybe that is the difference.
Like, you guys sound like...
Anthony sounds cool.
That's true. That's true. You don't think Hillary would appreciate Anthony's use of the word?
No, or his support of her. No.
Oh, no, this is a different one.
What is that?
That's another Jay-Z song.
What is that?
But it's a lot of Edwards in that song, too.
I don't care about him saying that.
Right.
But it's just the fucking fake nature of people being upset at the wrong guy saying it at the wrong time. It's like, shut up. I don't know.
That one?
No, I didn't. It's terrible.
I just loved it. Anthony Weiner.
Wait, hold on. Wait for it.
Anthony Weiner. Yeah. I love that Anthony Weiner has put all this in motion, just ruining people's lives. And now he's away at sex addiction rehab.
Yeah.
He's riding horses.
I've heard he's on horseback, yeah.
I'm telling you, dude.
Those rehabs, a lot of those rehabs, dude, are fucking... Rehabs can be a good thing. They can help you get your life straightened out, but a lot of them really are country clubs.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need to fucking play tennis when you're in rehab.
No, of course not.
You don't need to ride a fucking horse when you're trying not... God forbid you have a fucking animal porn addiction.
God damn it, Anthony Weiner's in the stables again.
Yeah, he doesn't really need to be on horseback with a helmet.
You don't think so?
No. Go for a walk in the woods.
Yeah.
Spoiled cunt. You don't need to be on a fucking horse.
He's probably liking that it stimulates his genitals.
Of course.
All the bouncing.
Big animal with that giant cock hanging.
Oh, he loves that. Look at my stallion.
I think it's like an equestrian care facility. Like they take care of the horses. That they're,
okay.
That they're.
It's like the rehab.
It's like part of their.
I'll shut up.
Rehab.
Okay.
No. You keep talking.
No, you're probably right. Actually, Travis, probably right. If that's what it is, if that's what they're like, hey, it just gives you something to do during the day that isn't looking at fucking women's clits on the internet.
But there's no way that he doesn't get a cell phone in his hand the second he gets out and behaves.
Yeah.
He's not. Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, the only reason he's there is because of my theory from before, which is this is the step that he needs. He needs a step to prove that he is cured so he can go back into public life.
I completely agree with you.
He is 100. He's not going to win. He's kidding himself.
No.
But he is 100% going to run for public office again soon.
Maybe, but I think you guys are wrong about this. I think he is going because he's in the middle of a criminal investigation.
That too.
And this is he's not thinking about public office. He's thinking about not going to fucking jail for talking to that girl. He's worried about prison. He's not worried about public office right now. His fucking wife and Hillary, they have probably all come down on him and going, you cunt, you selfish cunt.
You think they're calling him the C word?
Absolutely. I'm fucking working for a woman who's about to be president or almost president, and you're doing this, you cunt.
I think it's both.
He's worried about losing his kid in a custody hearing.
He thinks he'll be okay. He's so self-absorbed and he's so into himself. He's like, I'll be okay, and you know what? After this, I'll eventually run for assemblyman.
But he's also worried about losing his kid in a custody hearing, because if Huma's going to divorce him, he's worried about that too.
He really strikes me as a guy.
I don't think he's worried about losing his kid.
No?
No, he's probably like,
what's he going to put in his boner shots to attract the girl? It's my little pussy bait here. I really think he's a guy that just walks around assuming that he's smarter. I still, to this day, think that he truly believes he is smarter than everybody, and he's going to outsmart his way, through these charges.
I think you're right, except for the last part. I think the fact that he's now involved in a criminal investigation, and that picture of him with his boner and his kid next to him. I'm a pervert, and I'm telling you, those are things that would horrify. Like when you do certain things sexually.
Yeah, but you don't think you're smarter than anybody. You're a pervert, but you're not like.
I do.
You don't think you're sneaking around. Like you're not.
What I mean is,
and when you get caught in a lie, you don't just keep lying.
There's certain moments though that would make you go like, oof. Like that to him,
but he's
an oof moment.
He's a liar. Like
yes,
he's a guy that just lies all the time. All he does is lie, and he says things in a certain way.
You don't like that selfie he's taking with his eyes bugged out?
What a fucking dork.
He really is a douchebag.
He is. He's the biggest fucking nerdo-rama.
Yeah, he's all bow-legged.
He fucking goes to the gym just so he can take naked selfies. That's the only reason he works out, is because he wants to look good in his naked selfies.
He's fucking creepy looking.
Very creepy looking.
Creepy looking. Because he smiles.
He's just always got sex running through that brain of his.
Yeah.
He's always thinking,
wow, is that his wife right there? Go to the middle one. She's a pretty lady, man.
Huma's pretty.
She's really attractive.
Yeah, yeah. Huma's pretty.
But she's probably a lame duck in bed.
You think so?
Yeah, because she's so politically motivated. She's very busy. She's always thinking Hillary.
I wouldn't mind it.
She's extremely busy with Hillary. She travels with Hillary. He probably sends her a dirty text, what are you wearing? And she's like, BRB, printing emails.
Right.
It's like, oh, cocksucker.
God damn it.
Trying to jerk. Or he gets her on the phone. All right. And all of a sudden, she's like, all right, gotta go.
I can't imagine having that much stress to be that sexed up all the time. I'd be fine with Huma. I'd say, Huma, if you can give me 7 minutes once or twice a week.
Does it really only take you 7 minutes to fuck?
7 minutes. That's all it takes. We did it, I think, twice in L.A. in the hotel. Ooh. 7 minutes.
Did you really?
Doesn't take long.
How did it start?
Jess came home from work, and she, kissed me and gave me a hug. And I got a little more handsy with the hug. And then we just went into, yeah. Went for the ass grab, titties, the whole thing.
Were you horny?
I wasn't before, but then once I started grabbing, I was.
So you don't mind, you don't mind if she just comes home from work?
Oh, no, not at all.
Okay.
Yeah, not at all.
Okay, so you're grabbing, and then you decide... Real sexy. I'm tired. Hi. You've been in the hotel for hours waiting.
Let me give you a squeeze.
A little squeeze.
Yeah, no.
Do you talk dirty to her? Do you say anything dirty?
No. No, there's not a lot of dirty talk.
So then you
only 7 minutes,
You peeled her clothes off, went to the bedroom.
No, I mean, it's a hotel. So
you went to the bed, right.
No, I didn't peel her clothes off. She took her clothes off. I took my clothes off.
Then you go to the bed.
Yeah.
And then you kiss more?
Kiss.
Deep kisses?
Yeah.
Or pecks?
Deep kisses.
Okay. And then you,
penetrate.
Do you put your penis in her mouth?
Not that time. I have.
Good boy.
I will.
Okay, fair enough. Do you give her oral?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Did you that time?
No.
Okay.
No. There's no reason for it. It might have been shorter than 7 minutes, actually, because we skipped that step. It's probably more like, probably 6.
What position?
I was standing. She was laying down.
He's lying right there. Basically, she was behind him. He was on his hands and knees. He was trying to think of a better, a cool way. You were standing?
Yeah.
I can't do that. Was she standing too?
No. She was laying down.
Okay, cool. Oh, on the bed. All right. How fuck? You're too tall to stand and fuck from the.
I have to go bow-legged. Like I have to spread my legs.
Okay, fair enough.
You know what I mean? Like spread. So like.
Yeah, I understand.
And then brace with like your knees.
I don't want to picture that.
Picture it. Like you're on the bed now.
No.
And I got your legs pinned up. You're on your back.
No, you probably look like the monster from Conjuring 2.
Just coming in with the hat on.
Okay, so you 7 minutes.
Yeah. 7 minutes, that's all I
but
need.
she's happy with that. You're happy with that.
She's happy. I'm happy. We're good.
Cool.
We move on to the next thing. That's what me and Huma would be like. I bet Huma only needs 4, though. I'd give Huma a good 4. And then we're good. Move on to the next thing.
What do you say when you're about to come?
Nothing. She can tell.
How?
I get harder.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So she knows.
What do you do after you come?
If I can go
Did you just go wipe up?
Yeah, throw a fucking towel at her face. No, and then, we just take a breath. I exit. We clean. That's it.
You Brexit. Keep it topical.
That's all you need.
Okay.
That's all you need, bro. We gotta take a break. Unless you have more questions. I'm not trying to avoid, but...
Plenty. That was fine.
We're gonna run out of the show.
Twice.
Huh?
Fucking stud.
Yeah. Twice.
Kids all cuck.
That's right. That's right.
Kids all cuck.
We're gonna take a break and wrap the show up after this.
We'll be back with more Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
If you keep... Welcome back to Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. Don't forget, we had a lot of fun shows out in L.A.
We certainly did.
With some really great guests. Dan Harmon, Bill Burr,
Jerry Shepardini, Lyle Chipperson.
Jerry Shepardini was not there. You can listen to all of them, I believe, on SiriusXM On Demand. If you got the little app, you can binge. You can give yourself a little Jim Norton and Sam Roberts marathon today.
Yeah.
So listen to all the LA shows. We'll also have video probably going up of all that stuff. Probably my favorite moment was the Bill Burr, Bob Kelly story.
Of course.
But it was great, right? Yeah. All that stuff will go up this week, as the days go by, as they tend to do. You can follow us all over the place. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube to get updated on everything and when it goes up at Jim and Sam Show. That's Jim and Sam Show.
If you want. And thank you to all the people who came out to the show and gave the show such a nice support. I mean our show by the way they responded to it, and they seemed very happy to see Sam there.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. And it was very cool to see, so we're glad that you're all supporting us as much as you are.
And we're going to find a place for a live show.
Yes.
So check us out if you want to come see us live. We'll let you know where. I'm going to come into Fort Lauderdale next week, I think the 17th, 18th, 19th. And then I have Saratoga Springs, Thanksgiving weekend. Hartford, Connecticut after that. Doylestown, PA. And then I shoot my special here in New York, December 17th. So I'm very booked until then. And then take some time off.
Do you like coming to work with the sun way up now, or did you always come to work with the sun up?
It was always bright. I don't care about daylight savings. I think it's fucking ludicrous.
It's so stupid, right?
So stupid.
How can we be... I was thinking about this. We're living in a world where there's actually a conversation as to whether or not it's fair to have bathrooms labeled male or female, but nobody's just decided to eliminate daylight savings.
Well, I understand why they did it for years. I know why they do it. It's for the farmers.
But they don't do it for farmers anymore.
Well, there's still farmers, but I still think it's dumb. We don't need to do it.
We don't need to do it at all.
Tell the farmers just to get up earlier.
Exactly. And to everybody...
Get up earlier, apple picker.
Right. And to everybody that enjoyed an extra hour of sleep on Saturday night.
It was nice.
Yeah, it was nice, but we wouldn't have had to lose one earlier this year.
Derek, I hear you're not happy. Is it true? I've heard Derek is not happy.
I heard he's not happy because he doesn't like that the word has gotten out that he and Paul are not on the best of terms. That's the rumor.
I'm not like tragically upset. It's just a non-issue. It's really not.
Was it a non-issue? Because there's tragically upset,
and I'm hearing he's not happy.
There's a non-issue, and then there's a lot of middle ground.
Yeah,
there.
Sure.
No, I'd prefer for there just not to be like some like awkward tension.
But don't you think?
Yeah,
it's really not a big thing.
The awkward tension lies in you being mistreated. If you don't say anything about it, then the tension just stays with you.
Yeah.
As opposed to putting it out there.
Your thumb looks like a peeled almond.
It feels like one.
I don't know if you know this about me, D-Bag. I would very rarely let tension go unsaid.
Absolutely.
And you know why?
Why is that?
Because why would I just... Because you feel every bit of the tension, don't you?
Sure you do.
Of course you do. That's why you're running around yelling at people at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Screaming.
You feel all the tension.
Yeah, very upset.
So...
It really hasn't been weighing on me.
It was that day.
Yeah, for a bit.
For a bit. So, instead of just holding on to it, you put it out there.
Do something.
Say, yeah, exactly.
Do something.
Exactly. You put it out there, and all of a sudden, it's not you just carrying the tension around. The whole world feels your wrath, D-Bag.
That's right.
The wrath of D-Bag.
All right, you get home, and you make sure your mom gives you your medication so you don't throw up tomorrow
He was in the
morning.
bathroom. I knew he was upset. He went into the bathroom.
He threw up?
Yes, he did. I can see his little shoes.
Oh.
I wasn't throwing up. I was doing something else.
Making a little poo. A little wet poo.
It wasn't little.
Do you get poopies when it gets tense on the air?
Yes, he does. His little tummy goes...
He starts having to deal with problems and he gets poopies?
Yeah, little shits.
Oh, and he was like, oh no, guys, we have to stop talking about this or I'm going to poopy in my pants.
Tummy's...
Yeah. Oh, you know what that noise means? What does that noise mean, D-Bag?
Poopies time.
Sick baby D-Bag has to make a poopy, is that right?
I'll bet you fucking little sick baby D-Bag takes parasite shits. They look like fucking long parasitic worms.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good parasite dump.
It's disgusting,
Poor
D-Bag.
kid.
Take care of yourself, okay? All right. We got a lot of stuff going on, and we're going to do it tomorrow, because that's when we'll see you.
Yeah, we got to go.
We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody.
This has been Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. To download today's show or listen